Hello, everybody. It is me, the RP Ginger, and I'm being joined with the Storm King's Thunder group. We're back at it again with another session of D&D here, session 37 to be exact. It has not yet been titled because I may or may not have procrastinated prepping this game. You'll never know, or maybe you will. But nonetheless, the last we left off, the party being caught in the feud underneath the giant's feet across the Sword Coast. The world has been plunged into a bit of a chaos as all the giant caste systems, the different types of giants, have been fighting amongst themselves and using the Sword Coast as their war front, causing troubles for all the people and other races of the world. The party has basically found themselves in the mix of this, trying to figure out why the giants are warring and how to stop it, more importantly, for the sake of the world and all of the cities around the Sword Coast. So in doing so, it has put them on a journey all across the Sword Coast, up into the norths and regions that most men and women have never ventured into. But this particular session, we find them high in the sky, hundreds of feet up in a moonlit night, in a floating castle, a fortress that is manned by the cloud giant Lord Sansari, the Lady of Masks, and her cloud giant kin and warriors. And the party has recently been captured by her, outwitted, so she thinks, and taken prisoner because they basically came into possession or bumped into Reich Liviant, a new member of the party, a barbarian who was a protector of an ancient relic that the giant was looking for. And then the party also has spoke with the Oracle of the Eye Father, a lens between the giant god and the giants themselves, and in doing so has basically got the attention of Sansari, for she has not spoken to her god and does not know why her god has abandoned her people. So she was quite furious that these small folk, as she called them, was able to consultate with her god when she has not spoken in years with her god. So they've been captured and broke out and tried to basically sneak their way out and capture this conch of teleportation, a device that will let the party teleport to Maelstrom, the Storm King's homeland, deep hidden somewhere in the many seas of the world, and basically figure out what the hell is going on with this ordning and why it's been shattered. But in order to do so, first they must get by Sansari and her people, who are now basically on full alert as the party has been discovered lighting some of the castle on fire and desperately trying to get to Sansari's room where they can steal the conch before it's too late. But unfortunately, it seems like it might be too late, as the castle now stands on high alert. We are actually going to start this session hundreds of feet below the castle, and as the camera kind of pans in on this scene, it is a dark, moonlit, cloudy night, and the clouds of the sky kind of take up most of the entire vision that we're seeing right now. But there's patches that are open periodically, which open up to this beam of moonlight, which now is beaming down on Warrendale. You're beaten, you're bloodied, your hair is messy, and blood is pouring down your face as you're deeply breathing in and out, focusing. You let down your hands after doing some somatic components of your levitate spell, I believe you casted. Mm-hmm. Now you're just sitting there almost in an eerie kind of silence as you look around. Moments ago, just chaos as cloud giants were chasing behind you, chucking boulders, and your friends fighting on the back of a giant copper dragon, Phogolus, a friend of the party. That chaos moments ago is now kind of eerily cast out by a silence as you look around this night sky, and all you see is nothing but darkness and clouds and that single beam of moonlight that now beams down on you. You know that your party is in big trouble, but they're also hundreds of feet above you now. What exactly are you doing? What's going through your mind, Warrendale?
Well, being that my levitation would actually be running out about now, Warren has this look of, I guess, sort of confusion on his face. He'll look down the ground that's far below him. He knows he can make it down there safely without too much of a problem. And if he looks up, you can see the almost this look of sadness, I guess it would be. So I'm not sure exactly how long the timeline has been really since we considered starting this until now, but really these people are, in a sense, really the only family. I suppose in a way, even this Birdman that he doesn't very much like yet, but these people have been pretty much his family since, whenever everything started. He hasn't really had anything much before that besides the other urchins on the streets of Waterdeep. So he'll look at the ground and look above him where this castle is. You can see that even though he has an easy way out, he could drop to the ground and leave this and be all done with it. He wants to return. He wants to help in some way. And he has no idea how.
And as you think of how you can help and you're trying to deeply breathe and channel into your inner powers, this sorcerer origin that you have, I believe that for the most part, you're pretty much tapped on what you can do. You've expended a great amount of energy in these past couple of days. It feels like months and months for how exhausted you are. And I don't really know exactly what you have left for stuff, but I know you're pretty low and you don't really know what you can do. And you begin to wonder, is this it? Is there any way that you can save your friends? You know that they're doomed without you up there. And even if you could find a way up there, they might be doomed nonetheless. And as you think of what you could possibly do, suddenly from behind you, you hear a quick snapping sound and as something zips by behind you from cloud to cloud. You quickly turn around. There's nothing there. What are you doing?
Look around. I have a few thoughts that flitter through my mind. And as I think over my options, there's pretty few for what's left. I'm pretty much tapped at this moment.
Mm-hmm. And as you are wondering if maybe one of the giants actually seen you falling and has come down after you, and might be where it truly ends for you, you start to hear the flapping of wings. You turn around once more and you see glistening in the single beam of moonlight coming down through the clouds, red scales of a small dragon-like creature. When I say small, I guess it's mount size for you. And on the back of this creature is a hooded figure. The single red-skinned wyvern now hovers, just coming out of the clouds behind you now. And the figure begins to get closer and closer. And as you're waiting there, you see them pull back their black hood, and the moonlight reveals this wavy, deep crimson hair and a freckled feminine face with green piercing eyes that stare with you with absolute hatred and disdain, a look that you are quite apparent or quite familiar with, as Delphine on the back of a red wyvern is now looking at you and says to you, "Warndell, it seems like you've gotten yourself in a fair bit of trouble this time, haven't you now?"
It's a bit of a pickle.
And what, did you think that you were just going to die and let me get blamed for wrecking Klaus' airship? Is that how you thought this exchange was going to go?
Easy enough for me.
But not easy enough for me. I'm not letting you off the hook that easy. You're not dying. I don't know what the hell you did up there, how you managed to get you and your idiot friends captured, but we're going. You are not expendable for me, because if you did happen to die right now, I would be the only one to blame, and I will not take the blame for your blunder.
Well,
What, Wandel?
Go help our friends a little bit. I mean, just think of all the fame and fortune you could get up there.
She puts like a disdained look on her face again and says, "Come on, don't tell me that you care for them. Me and you both know that you're a selfish prick. You don't care about anybody but yourself. The act's up. There's no reason to follow them around anymore. Let's just get out of here."
No. You see, your boss, man, this Klaus, whatever you wish to call him, he gave me a bit of a task, and well, You are inside of watching me, so whatever I do, you got to come along with me. That's how it goes.
She
I
looks at
mean, I could die otherwise, and it'd still be your fault. You always seem to be in a bit of a pickle more than I. Come along, come along. Give me a ride.
She gives you a sarcastic, "Aw, you actually do care for them, don't you, you sad, pathetic fool? You actually think that they care about you. Isn't that sweet? Well, I suppose I could help you, and I could bring the army of Klaus wyverns with me." She holds up her hand now, and you see one other wyvern come, another wyvern come, and another and another. And as you now look, as the clouds kind of slowly start to drift by, you see that the sky is now littered with wyvern riders, all deep red scales. It must be at least dozens of them. An army indeed. And she says, "I could help you."
And you will, admit it. Just
But,
like you care for me.
but it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
You'll make a pact right now, Wandel. Or, by the way I see it, me and my wyvern riders will knock you unconscious and we'll take you to Klaus and we'll explain to you what you've done, and you will finally die and he will realize what an idiot you will. Or you will make a blood pact right now to this cult. You will pledge your allegiance to me and our cause, and we'll save your friends. Come on. You care about them, don't you? What's it worth to you? Is it worth your own blood, Warrendell? Are you truly that caring of a person? Or is this just an act I've caught you in? And she smiles now as she feels like she's backed you into a corner.
Well, what exactly is this pact? Depends on the terms.
The terms are you just give me some of your blood and I'll give you some of ours. You'll be binded to us. Nothing more than that. You're already helping out Klaus. We serve Klaus, you serve Klaus. I'm just tired of you being a renegade and doing whatever the hell you please and acting like you don't care. This is more of a contract, something more permanent, not permanent, more bound. Klaus, he's confident. He just thinks that he can control you with his sheer power and fear. But I know that you're a wild card, Warrendell, and I know that the first chance that you get, you'll try to betray us. This little pact will just make it so that you can't betray us. She smiles. I don't think your friends have very long. By the sounds of it, and you do hear bells chiming in the distance of warning, sounds like they have the whole place on alert. How long do you think they'll survive with an entire fortress of giants after them?
And do it like do Josephine. Yeah, he'll hold out his hand.
She'll fly up to you and basically grab you, pull her onto the back of, or on front of her, basically like pulling you on the back of a motorcycle. And she grabs your hand and she takes out a dagger and she slits into it deeply. You actually take 1 point of damage, unfortunately, because that's all you need. I'll do that. And blood begins to drip. And then before long, she actually takes her dagger and spins it around and then cuts into the side of the red wyvern. It shrieks out in a momentary discomfort. And she takes the blood and then rubs the dragon's blood into your blood and shakes your hand. She mutters some arcane words and you feel a bit of energy wash over you for a moment. You wonder if she's tricked you in some way, but then that feeling washes away. And she says, see, nothing too serious. Well, are you ready?
Just offer her a wide, toothy smile.
Oh, you don't think you're riding with me, do you? Disgusting. Get the hell off. Here. And she whistles, and another wyvern shrieks, this one not mounted, and comes up. Get on your own damn ride. I'll be damned if I have you rubbing up against me.
Yeah, I still give her a nice wide smile and mount my own awesome wyvern.
You do. And as you jump over the last bit of your levitation, kind of fading from you now, and you feel your weight on the back of this scaly red dragon, this wyvern beast. And she looks over to you and says, listen, those floating fortresses, they're all powered by something called the navigation orb. Have you heard of that? And as she says that to you, you do remember your friend Zephyros, and he told you that this orb basically is what makes the castle magically fly. And she'll basically say, if you can keep up, what we'll do is we'll lead 2 different assaults. You can take one of the wyvern packs and do a direct assault and go and find your friends and make sure that they don't die. And us, we'll try to find out where the orb is. You don't happen to know where the navigation orb is, do you?
A friend of mine said it was always at the top of a tower, perhaps the highest one. We didn't make it that high to know for sure. It makes sense to me.
We'll have to be quick. If we do a direct assault, I think they'll overpower us. The place seems heavily armed and ready to defend itself. So what we do not want to do is end up in a long exchange with this fortress. We have to find the orb. We have to find your friends, destroy it, and get the hell out. Do you understand, Wando?
Indeed. I can find my friends. I know where they are.
All right, then. And don't remember now. Don't forget, you've made a pact. You can no longer fuck me.
I just send her a kiss.
Good luck, Wando. And she'll basically leave you with 7 other riders, and she'll take off with hers and begin to yell out commands to them that they're going to go up. The first pack is going to do a direct assault while the others flank each side. You 7 go with him and basically leave you to quickly descend up, which I believe is what you're probably going to start doing, right?
Yeah, I would head to where I knew the others were anyway.
Yes. All right. So as you begin to quickly descend up, the rest of the party, now with smoke billowing out of this 3 I don't want to say prong, but the floating castle itself almost kind of looks like an Olympic podium with towers built on each position of it. So there's 3 different towers kind of all forming this podium-like shape. You guys now find yourself on the center pillar of this podium and quickly descending upwards to the highest peak. You're now on one of the tops of the pillars, and there's this central circular room in the center of this grassy garden area. You're on the back of Fulgolis, this copper dragon now, which wings are heavily beating upwards. And as you look behind you, you see that smoke is billowing out from below. I'm sharing the map now, sorry. And quickly, hundreds of feet on the opposite side of this enormous tower, you see cloud giants beginning to levitate their way up and head over to you guys. But more problematic is coming out of this top peak, this window, was this gaseous mist that has begun to form into the Lady of Mass, the giant Lord S. Countess Sansuri. And she begins to, at first, almost like a genie, her bottom half is this wispy gas smoke, and her torso begins to take form, and she has one of the masks that she always adorns, this white porcelain-looking mask with gold filigree, and she has what looks like a shocked face that she's holding, and she quickly flips it over to an angry one as her torso begins to form, and then her legs, and she's now standing or levitating there in front of you. You guys are just basically 30 feet below her, heading up to where she was actually coming from. On the back of Fulgolis, she has this angry looking face now that she puts in front of her wispy cloud-like hair behind the mask, kind of billowing in the wind, the night sky. And she looks to you all badly beaten and calls out and says, I'm so very disappointed that you've chose the hard way. You know, I was trying to be a gracious host and make this as painless of an exchange as possible.
At that point right there, I'll be like, I forgive you! And Octavius will cast Calm Emotions at level 5 if you can.
You're going to cast Calm Emotions on her. All right. Let's see how that goes for you. Mark off your Calm Emotion or level 5 spell. And
Hey, cast it at level 5?
And I love you so much, dude.
Nah,
You try the crazy thing every fucking time. It's great.
this is gonna go great for you. All right, let me just make sure that she has what I think she has. Okay.
She doesn't. Actually, I checked.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw, if I remember correctly.
You want me to roll dice?
No, I'm rolling.
Okay, good. What is this game?
27 on the save. I'm gonna believe she passes with a 27 wisdom saving throw.
Just by that much.
Your pitiful magic has no chance whatsoever, my puny-brained friend, of bewildering my mind. You think that you can impose your magical will over me. How foolish you truly are.
You wouldn't believe it.
I knew you were rodents, but I did not know that you had the brains of them also. What have you done to my fortress? I see smoke billowing. I was just going to put you out of your misery quickly, but now I will make sure that you all suffer. And that will be an initiative roll from everybody. Go ahead and roll them. Dan, did you make it into Fantasy Grounds? And still having technical difficulties?
More than I'd like to admit.
All right, sir. Well, I will be your eyes of your character sheet, and you will be the dice of your character sheet.
My initiative is -1, I believe.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll. Or you want me to roll you want me to do it for you? You don't want to roll your own dice?
I can roll my stuff.
Come on, man. Give me a
Who do you
break.
think you are? You can touch my stuff? Don't touch me there.
All right, roll them up. I like to see that everyone's rolling a nice and fucking low. Attaboy and girl.
Oh, I got a 2 -1, which is not -1, not natural 1.
1. All right. So for my eyes, it's looking like Livy is going to be the first to act in the immediate party. Although, I'm forgetting some people. Hold on a second. Let me get some more people in. You guys don't have enough cloud giants to fight yet, so let's drag in some more. You get a cloud giant.
No.
And you get a cloud giant, and that should be more than enough cloud giants.
I still only see 2.
Yeah, that's all you will see for now. So basically,
It stands like you're describing her, but is her token on?
Yep. Thank you for reminding me. Let me pull her out. Does anyone have a way to actually screen share at all, or no?
I can switch my screen share to the appropriate thing.
You don't have to if you don't want to, but it'd be better if we're going to use a tactical map to at least have it shown, and then I'll just
I can easily because my camera is crapped out at the moment anyway, so
all right,
super easy for me.
It makes sense for me to
okay, well, it's up to
share
you.
appropriately.
Okay, or Warrendale can, doesn't matter to me. But anyways, yeah, I dragged her out now. It does look like she's like basically right beside you guys, but keep in mind that she's actually 30 feet above you, and you actually can't see in the towers themselves, which I just realized now is kind of showing you more than I wanted to show you. Unmask that. Oh crap! I've done a thing. I have done a thing. No one panic. We got this under control. 1 second here.
To start off, Livy's sitting strong. Hopefully a 26 and a 29 helps because she is mustering up all her strength to pull Maid's Garden up into her arms and take an aim on this dragon and pew pew with fire bolts.
Yeah, awesome. Give me 1 second.
We're going to try to fight this thing?
That's pretty much what she, like, in her delusion, this is what needs to be done.
I mean, that's one choice for sure. Let me see if it's actually revealing the map now. Come on, Fantasy Grounds. And what did you roll against her? Sorry?
26, 29.
Oh, yeah. That sounds pretty powerful. And that will actually, yes, indeed hit her. There. I think the
must be stopped.
Fog of War should now be dismissed. At least roughly.
Okay, what the hell is going on?
All right, go ahead and do your damage. As you pull out Maiden's Garden, this magically enhanced crossbow, and what kind of bolts of energy do you load into them?
Fire!
Bolts. A fire bolt just magically appears in it as you draw back the crossbow, and suddenly there's this flaming bolt inside of it. You release another one and then quickly follow up, pulling back the bolt string again. Another one just magically, automatically reloads, and you shoot twice quickly. The fire wisps through the night sky and sinks into her both shots. What kind of damage did you do?
So I rolled but for whatever reason didn't show up. So 7 plus 16.
7 plus 16. All right. 7 plus 16 is
23.
23. I knew that. I wasn't going to say 22. 23 damage as boof, boof, these two bolts hit into her, momentarily cutting into her flesh. She howls out in a bit of pain. And next up in the initiative is actually Phagolus, who I momentarily forgot about and is definitely going to be an issue for the Cloud Giants. This copper dragon, which you are on the back of, you're standing, the crossbow bolts firing, and then he says that I will not let you harm my friends, madame. You've troubled me enough, and it's time for you to pay. And he will try to recharge his breath first, which he does not do. And then he will fly and say, as he's flying in, whispering to you guys, that Octavius said that you're looking for something. Don't be fools and take her on head on. I'll distract her. You find what you're looking for, and then we can get out of here. And then he'll quickly fly to her and engage in battle. His copper claws, massive in size, come out and begin to fly at a fury towards Sansuri. He makes 1 attack with his bite and 2 with his claws. So 2 clawing attacks. Hitting. And missing on the last one, because she will cast shield as 1 claw comes across, raking into her shoulders. Blood gushes out. He bites onto her other shoulder and tries to stab his claws in. This time she casts a magical spell blocking it, though. 2 strikes making it through are going to do a total of 33 damage. Damn, that's going to be more of an issue than I realized. Okay, 33 damage onto her, which puts her at that. Next up is the Cloud Giant Posse, who are going to begin making their way up. These 3, I believe, are not here yet, so they are going to begin to fly up. And they are levitating, or actually they're flying slowly, not levitating, because levitating is much slower. And they begin to make their way above, and you see the one dressed in finer, noble wear, these billowing cloaks, and these immaculately clad bracers, leading the pack. He looks like some kind of commander of sorts. You've seen him before yelling at the other giants. He's clearly some kind of leader of these guard giants, and they're going to begin to make their way towards you guys. Not making it this turn, but they can fly pretty damn quickly and will be upon you soon. Next up is Warrendell. Warrendell, we're going to assume for the expedient of things that you've been flying up. You decided to descend, I believe, 500 feet down, but throughout this time, obviously, as Sansaria was doing her monologue, you've been flying, and the wyverns fly at 80 feet natural, so 160 feet as a dash. So we're going to say that you're already covered basically most of the distance, and with another dash action that can put you and the 7 riders back into the field. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that works.
And then anything else, since you haven't really taken an action that you wish to do, as you whip up and see that there is now 5 more giants coming up and basically making their way. And I'm just going to drive 1 wyvern token on here, but assume that there is 6 more, and they will all act as one under your command. So what are you doing?
Are the squares that are on here 10 foot, or what's the grid?
Yeah, so the map is massive. So yeah, everything should be to scale as far as I know. Yeah,
okay.
As far as I know.
I don't know how do you measure?
So the way I measure is I left click and right click at the same time and then drag it.
There. Oh, okay, cool. I see. All right. So, and on this question, that big thing in the middle right there is a tower that comes up, right?
Yeah, so that's so the tower that they're on actually carries up 3 more floors. The central tower, however, is just pretty much like another room on this garden level, and there is a door right on the eastern side, which I will try to reveal but fail epically right now. It's basically right here. Or no, I made it worse. Right there. This blue massive door that does seem to have some kind of room, obviously lead to some circular shaped room.
All right, perfect. With that, I will sort of wave at the others and point to these 2 just flying giants that are off to my, I guess it would be my right, as I'm coming in, kind of giving the motion to maybe distract them the best I can. And I'm going to start heading towards the 3 that are down below there. You can see Warren reach back into this little backpack type thing on his back and bring out, first it looks like the ever famous Wand of Smiles, but it actually has a hint of red to it, and drop one of my Wand of Fireballs on the 3 that are over there.
And that's the ones to the west, right? Let me just
the group 3, yeah.
These guys?
I don't know if you're, yes.
Yeah, okay, sorry. All right, so that is, do you have the range to do it?
360 feet.
Oh, heck yeah, you do.
So I'm pretty sure, yeah.
All right, then go ahead and do so, but don't actually roll, because for some reason right now on the map, hold on, let me clear you had everyone targeted, so it would have made everyone save for your fireball damage. So yeah,
I don't know if I hit those 3 or not. I mean, he would try to aim it the best he could, but
yeah, I'm gonna assume it's like a 20-foot radius, so like pretty easily I clumped them together.
That's what I was trying to make, but I couldn't figure out how. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the only guy that I'm kind of worried about is this guy. So let me just make sure that he doesn't. Okay, yeah, he doesn't. So here we go. Dexterity saving throw. As you pull out a wand of fireballs, and then with a powerful thrust, chuck this magical ball of flame that shoots across hundreds of feet and then plumes into these guys, causing this massive explosion. They try to jump out of the way. The noble one fails. The 2 other guards roll a 16 and a 19. I don't know what your save is.
I don't believe. I think they just save for half on fireball.
Yeah. So did they save on a 16?
I'm not sure. How do you do it on a wand?
Oh, interesting.
I don't, because I don't have any info on besides what the damage is.
Yeah, it should tell you what the DC is, and if not, we'll assume that it is your DC, but I'm pretty sure it's a DC 15. So yeah, they save, but the noble one does not save. So let me just put the damage on them. Close. And Jasper take half of 23, which is 12. Yeah.
12.
No, 11. Sorry.
DC 15, you said? Oh,
yeah.
9. Got it.
All right. Anything else you would like to do on your turn as the Wyvern Riders have showed up? I imagine the party probably doesn't see you, but suddenly as you look and you're starting to panic because you see more and more cloud giants come up, a big plume of fire explodes and just engulfs all 3 of them. Anything else, Wandell?
And I'm just, I don't know what the speed of the Wyvern is, but I'm moving in the direction of the 3 that are over there.
All right.
They're sort of like southwestish, sort of.
All right, yeah. So they have. We'll say that they used all their movement to get up to here, and then next turn you can interact.
That works.
You can, if you want, is the Wyverns are just going to dash their 180 unless you want them to do an action on your turn, which they can. And then once it comes time, you can also say like, I want some of them to go over there and some of them to go over there, and we'll just kind of keep track of that as we go. But for now, their movement is done, and you have shown up. Next up is Sansuri, but what I'm not going to forget is that Legolas has legendary actions. So try to remind me of that, guys, because I have a lot going on. So I want him to be as powerful as he can be for you guys. He will make a tail attack as his legendary action, which is against Sansuri's shielded AC, which normally would have hit her. She's completely caught off guard, but then she holds up her hand and boof, the tail slams into her hand. This powerful thud, a tail that could destroy a building, just slams into her arm as magical shield basically blocks it off and does not hurt her. She is now up and being in quite a bit of trouble, as is. Obviously, versus the dragon and you three would be not a very good thing for her. She is going to, as in action, what is the best thing that she could do? Begin casting a spell. And where is her spells? Because she's used one of those already. And the other thing that she is going to do is go completely invisible. After finishing some words and hand gestures of magic nature, she vanishes. And then she will do some stuff, but you won't see it.
I don't see how this could go bad.
All right. Next up is another one of the giants who is going to probably see Warrendell, since you just casted a giant fireball. Let's just double check. As he definitely does see you, he will head over and begin engaging with you. There's 7 of you, so I'm going to roll a d8. You are a 1 and an 8, Warrendell. I rolled a 3, so he is going to attack one of the Wyvern Riders. I'm just going to put Wyvern in the initiative, but keep them at a 0 so that I can at least see their stats and stuff. Or yeah, let's keep them at 0. And he will go with his Morning Star and attack twice. Hitting and definitely hitting twice. Holy, these wyverns are pretty beefy too. And he will do a total of 49 damage in his 2 strikes on the one wyvern rider, taking his giant morning star and boof, slamming into the side of it. It threatens to knock over the wyvern rider, who barely clings on for dear life, and then suddenly he slams down on top of it again. This time the wyvern rider doing a barrel roll, he falls off momentarily. The wyvern descends down and catches him, picking him up. Now it shrieks out in anger as it's been bloodied at least, but next up is Reich Liviant. On the back of Fagolis, he's engaged with Sansuri, looking around for her now. What do you do as you have no clue where she's gone? He's flown upwards now, and the highest windowsill is just basically level with you guys. And he says, "Quickly, I have her distracted. Find whatever the hell you're looking for."
Is that the one that we know to be where the shell is?
Technically, you don't really know a whole lot of anything. You just know that it was Alistra told you that it was at the highest peak, and you are now at the highest peak window. So,
Okay.
If she didn't lie to you, then you should be in luck.
Right. Yeah. How far away is that? Do I have to jump far or anything?
Considering he's like kind of quickly flying around, and engaged and like looking around, it's going to be a little bit of a jump, but as long as you don't fail abysmally, you should be able to make it pretty safely, unless you want to tell him to literally like stop what he's doing and obviously drop you off.
No, it's so then what? Can I
give me a good old athletics check?
I love you on that one, because that's something he's really good at. Not a 1. Well, a 7.
Yeah, you run, and as his back kind of begins to come level, you start to run up his back and basically are trying to like time it right, and then you just lunge off. There's a moment where you're flying through the air for a couple seconds, and then you just land onto the windowsill. It's giant in nature itself, so it easily fits you in it, and you can definitely enter the room.
All right, yeah, and he is that my movement?
Nope, that's only, I would say, about half your movement.
Half of my movement. Okay, so he can move 40.
Mhm.
And yeah, I jump into the room, and I land on like the windowsill because I'm assuming it's enormous that we can like stand in it.
Yeah.
Looks like almost like it looks like probably like an old church doorway, like a classic church like that. I'm assuming.
Yeah, essentially. And I'll share a new map with you, which is basically what you see as you look in.
We're going. Okay.
And yeah, that's exactly where you are even. And you see a bed, some stairs leading down. You see her mattress seems to be filled with the softest of downs. Her bed is a wooden frame with inlaid gold traceries and gemstones. The chambers has a conical roof, which reaches about 60 feet upwards, and hanging from the rafters is some bizarre merry-go-round looking chandelier, which is made up of several stuffed Pegasus hanging from ring-shaped tracks made of steel. The ring seems to be magically spinning as the horses seem to be gliding overhead counterclockwise. And then you see what else do you see? Blah, 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 blah. You see a desk, a bookshelf, a plant, and then her bed.
Okay. But do I see anything else besides that, like fucking giants?
No, conveniently enough, double checking, does not seem to be anything else in this room.
And okay, also, like no pets or anything like this. There's nothing in the room.
Well, if you want to give it like an in-depth look, now would probably be the time to do a little old thing I like to call a perception check.
Perception check, yeah. No, he's gonna take that clear cursory glance, and he's kind of he's kind of meathead a little bit. And he reaches into his pouch, that hangs from him, and pulls out. It grabs in and actually grabs 2 potions at once. One, he knows what it is. It's a healing potion he's taken a million times. The other one's just red liquid. He shakes it just once. There's a thing in it.
Yeah, so I think that I actually read recently that if you taste a potion, you can actually discern what it is. Let me just double check the chapter really quick. If I can't find it, then I'm just gonna rule it that way. But I'm pretty sure I read that in terms of a team.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive as well.
Yeah. It's a thing I've heard before. I know some people have said you could do it, and some people are like, nope, you need a identify spell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can't find it, and that's something that I literally read last time we were playing, so I don't think I would misremember that, and if I did, oh well. I'm gonna say that if you taste it, which will take up your
well, okay, he's going to down the one that he knows is the healing potion.
Okay, so go ahead and do 8d4. I believe it's superior is.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's superior is what?
8d4 plus 8. Double checking because it's in your inventory now.
So I can just pick it up and use it?
No, it doesn't quite work like that, but yeah, it's 8d4 plus 8.
Okay.
Surprised you can actually use that like that, but if you click on it, it does tell you what it does at least.
Yeah. So if I hold down the which button, and then how can I pick up 8d4?
So grab a d4 with the left click, and then right click as many times as you want to add dice, and I'll add a dice every time you right click.
7, 8. 15 plus 8.
23.
23. Hey, that's the number today, apparently.
All right, so make sure you mark that other potion off in your inventory down to 2 now as you chug another one. And what are you doing with the one that you don't know?
As a, like, I don't know, is that a whole action to figure out what this,
nah, I won't make you.
He's just dip your finger in it and just do a little, that you don't want to taste it thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna think. Yeah, I'll just say that you would know it as a potion of diminution.
And that means?
You probably wouldn't know what that means. So I'll say that it makes sense that your character, who has really like not much magical background,
right?
If you Corey doesn't know what a potion of, am I saying it wrong? Let me just double check.
Here, just type it in the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll look it up, but Reich won't know. You know what I mean?
Diminution. Blah blah blah.
Where'd you put that?
So yeah, that's what it is. But whether Reich knows what that is, it's up to you. And anything else you're doing as you are now in this room, I'll say that you can head in 20 feet if you wanted to. You don't really notice much going on.
Okay, so here's the thing. It didn't taste like poison?
Nope.
And it didn't do anything like that?
Nope.
Corey's gonna look it up after I decided. He drinks that one as well.
You're gonna drink it right now?
No. He's gonna step into the room the 20 feet and start looking around.
All right.
Wait, do you want the perception check?
I'm gonna say that you probably already you chugged the potion and tasted another one and jumped in.
So he's jumped. All right, fine. I mean, he jumps in and just kind of like in the room, but like guarding so that we're ready to do what we need to do.
Absolutely. Octavius Wren, your friend Sol, one of the very first friends you ever met on this journey, when it all started back in Yartar, your hometown, is now engaging with the giant lord, the Countess Sansuri, and you see Reich Liviant jump off the back into the windowsill. And what are you doing?
I'm going to be going with Rick Liviant, but as I slide off of Saul's back, I'm going to be casting Sanctuary on him.
Okay. Sanctuary is the one where they have to make a wisdom saving throw to attack him, right?
Yeah, or you have to choose another target every time or something.
Awesome. Cool. He thanks you and says, "It's always like you, Octavius, to be worrying about everyone else but yourself."
As I follow with Rick Liviant up to the room, I will do a perception check to look deeper and as hard as I possibly can for anything in that room.
All right. Go ahead. I'll bring you in too.
Or how far? I mean, I was on Saul. Can I make it?
Wait, I'm almost ripping Corey off. You have to do an athletics check for sure too. Only Corey has to make athletics checks. No, you have to make one too.
Okay. I can't remember what my modifiers are, but I got a 14 on naturally.
14, and you are not athletic, my friend, but it's a +2 regardless. So 16 is more than enough to come jumbling in as you hear your armor clankering around. You roll in and are just behind Right Liviant, but you don't have quite as much movement as him. So it basically costs you pretty much all your movement to get in. And you can make a perception check. Yes, indeed.
That was a 12. Like I said, I don't know what my modifiers are right now, but that was a 12.
All right. Your modifier for your wisdom is perception. You're not perceptive, but it's still a +3. So +3 to what?
12, 15 then?
15. All right. 15 is...
I'm basically looking for this main reason why we're here.
All right. Yeah, you're looking around, and with that check, you notice immediately that the bed is just decked out with gemstones. This thing must be worth thousands of gold. You see a bookshelf, which you can't read from this far away, and the merry-go-round. But with where you currently are, you don't really notice anything. You notice that the bed has this big ornate headboard on it. You notice a bookshelf and a desk. So up to you, but with a 15 where you currently are, you don't like see just a conch just magically sitting there waiting for you conveniently.
No, fair enough. I'll look to Rick Liviant and be careful. Everything in here could be booby trapped, and we need to hurry. We need to get back to the dragon.
All right. With that, you hear Fagolis say, "Oh, wait, no, Livy's not off yet. Shit." He's not gonna then. He's basically holding his action, and since he has no one to attack, he can't really.
Livy's okay with going for a ride. She was ready to shoot.
You want to go for a ride with him?
Player-wise, not really. Livy-wise, she'd probably be game. Oh.
You remember your HP, right?
Oh, yeah. Guns a-blazing.
All right. Don't blame me when you come unconscious this fight. All right, so he's going to highly suggest against it, saying that you must think of yourself. But if he has no way of like making you get off his back. So if you're not going to jump off his back, he is going to get ready to basically go away and yell out to you guys, give me some kind of sign when you're ready for pickup. Otherwise, I'm going to keep them busy. And he kind of laughs to himself now, and he kind of has his jovial nature back to him now. When you first found him in his tormented, tortured state, he wasn't the Phagolus that you guys met, but now he's kind of, as the excitement is climaxing, coming back to his excited self, which now puts up another cloud giant, Helios, and he will begin to fly. And I believe fly can move at 120 feet. He is going to fly over to his giant friend and begin to help with the wyverns that have shown up. He's going to make 2 attacks. Natural 20. He kills outright the wyvern that's already been injured and now is going to look for a second one to strike, which is, again, not Warrendale. He a lucky son of a gun, you, as I rolled again and it wasn't you. You're down to 6 wyverns. And he, I'm assuming, hits. Oh, he might miss. No, he hits. Wyverns have really low AC. Sorry. And does another loud, underhanded beat with his Morningstar. Some great description there. He does the beat action with the Morningstar. That is the end of his turn.
Just picture Michael Jackson.
Livy, what are you doing as you're along for the ride now?
Oh yeah, she's reloading, aiming, and pew pew.
All right, who are you pew pewing at? John Wayne. Sansbury's invisible right now. You don't know where she is.
Dentist.
What's that? Sorry, what'd you say?
Sorry. So heading back, I see that there's the giants on the board. Cersei, I believe, is gone, right?
Yeah, she's invisible. I guess like you could try to attack at her, but you don't really know where she went at all. And Phagolus is starting to fly this way.
Cresper, Klaus, Helios, and Gasper. Interesting. Oh, let's do Helios over yonder. Or oh gosh.
You're attacking Helios?
Yeah.
All right. That is a pretty impressive range. Let's see if you can actually make it. You're shooting 130 feet. I believe a crossbow can make that kind of range, especially Maiden's Garden in particular. Double checking. Of course, it doesn't tell me conveniently anywhere because it's a magical crossbow. But
wait. Wow, that's a really light crossbow. $0.25 pound?
Yeah. It has a range of 320 at disadvantage, but 80 at regular. So you'd be shooting at disadvantage on each shot. So if you want to make the attacks at disadvantage on Helios, you can. Otherwise, you can shoot at the other 3 who are in your normal range.
All right. Yeah, we'll go Crisaro.
Okay. Cesaro. The noble cloud giant, leader of the guards.
27 is going to hit. The 15 will not, right?
15 will not hit this guy as he actually blocks it with his impressively shiny bracers.
Well. Oh, wait. No, why are we rolling that, Mary? Roll damage. All right. Hey, it's showing up this time. 10 points of piercing fire damage.
All right, 10 more points of fire damage. Whips across and sinks into the gut of Cesaro. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. Probably not. But I'm looking at her. I don't see any potions in her bag.
Hmm.
You on that thought? She's just along for the ride and getting ready for the next shots.
So I just realized that I moved Fagolis because I thought he had legendary action moves, but he does not actually. So he is back here, and he flies at a speed of 80 feet a turn. So he can get to here, which he will do. He will try to recharge his dragon breath, which he does not. And that is awkward. He will try to use his frightful presence now as he says, "You giants have picked the fight with the wrong dragon today. I am ready for a tussle, my friends." And he lets out a powerful roar, to which they will try to wisdom saving throw against. First up, Klaus makes it. Second up, Cesaro makes it. Third up, Jasper also makes it. Damn, 25, 22, and 19. They are.
Who are these guys trying to fight?
Who's trying to fight who?
Who is close and all them trying to fight?
Nobody yet. Fagolis was trying to scare him.
Oh.
Which they were not, because he's not in range, unfortunately. So he will instead wait for them to engage on him, which Livy, this is going to go so bad for you if they actually fail on the wisdom saving throw, because you're literally the only other person that they can attack due to the sanctuary.
Why are they attacking him in the first place?
Because he flew over there. He's causing a distraction for you guys so that you don't get surrounded by a cloud giant army.
Oh, I thought Klaus and all of them were fighting on our side, sorry.
Oh yeah, you don't see the map. Hey, look at the screen share of Livy, and this is basically what's going on. This whole area right there. He's flying towards them now to give you guys a diversion. All right, and they are now up. Klaus, being first, will move his 80 feet, which can definitely put him into range, but he actually does not need it because he is going to stand back and... No, it doesn't make sense that he's throwing rocks around. There's not just random boulders hanging around. So he is going to engage on Fagolis, and now he needs to make a wisdom save, Dan, in order to attack.
Yeah. I'm just opening up Fantasy Grounds now, actually, thank God.
Nice.
But I believe that they have to make a wisdom saving throw, and if they fail, they have to choose another target.
All right. Yes, you are opening Fantasy Grounds because my Fantasy Grounds is freezing, which means that somebody is joining. Un momento. He rolled a 19, which I'm going to assume passes your DC.
Yep.
So it is attacking Fagolis. Thud, 28 to hit, and a 15 to hit, which probably honestly misses our pal Fagolis. Yes, he has a natural armor of 19. So the first attack catches him a bit off guard and bonks him on his head as he's giving off his monologue about how scary he is. He's kind of caught up in himself and doesn't even realize that Klaus is moving in on him, not scared at all, and gets bonked right on the head. At which point he snaps out of it and says, "How rude was that to attack me while I was giving my speech?" And then the second attack does no damage to him. Next up is Jasper. The other giant will come up on our good buddy, Mr. Fagolis. And this guy actually has a different cool ability, which he is going to use, I think. Not yet.
Anybody who targets Saul has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yep. All right, let me do that then. Wisdom saving throw coming up. 12.
I think that the one fails. I think that's a failed saving throw.
Well, Livy, I'm sorry, my friend.
So basically, they have to choose a new target or lose the attacker spell.
Yeah. So the only other person in range is the small innocent Livy on the back.
Sucks that our friends are fighting.
They'll try a swing, but obviously we're out of reach. Obviously.
So what he's going to try to do is use the ability Fling, which is going to be fun for you. Give me a dexterity saving throw. You probably want to pass this.
Come on, Livy. You got this. Dexterity saving throw. And I don't have inspiration, darn.
No, but everybody else does. And now by everybody, I mean Livy and Warrendale. But Up to you guys if you want to spend it on her or not. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure.
She got herself into this mess. She can get herself out.
Yeah. The DM even warned you it was a bad idea. And all right.
I'm not looking for freebies.
All right. Then
Chris,
that
can you share the map again so I can see it, please?
Yep. I will share both maps because you are on another one, but this is the main battle map, and this map is where you and Reich Liviant are on a epic little adventure. All right, you definitely fail, Livy. I'm sorry. And you are definitely getting flinged, and you're getting chucked 60 feet, and you will take 1d8 damage for every 10 feet you travel. So that is a total of 6d8.
Yahtzee?
Which I believe means there is no chance that you cannot fall unconscious, as he does 14 damage, throwing you off and says, "Get the hell out of here, you little small folk." And 60 feet, he will try. Can he actually throw you off the side of the cliff? That means that you wouldn't actually hit anything, though, but that would be pretty devastating for you.
He'd also fall forever.
Yeah, no, not that way. That's a cardinal. There's the towers underneath in that direction. But was he there? No, because he was not there. I think that literally just puts you out of the range because he's actually throwing from here. Let me just double check here. We're getting into the nitty gritty of it. I shouldn't really be worrying about it, but yeah, you land precariously close to falling off the ledge, which would have been about hundreds of feet of a fall, and your definite death. You're unconscious again, lady.
Righto?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Righto?
All right. I guess that ends your turn pretty quickly, though, as Cesaro, who adorns this nice, giant, long sword, which hilts. The hilt of it looks like a storm cloud, and he will come forward and try to make a wisdom save to attack the mighty Phagolus, and he rolls a 15. Dan, do you have your DC up? You're muted, my friend.
Yeah, my DC is my
8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom.
That's what I thought. So
Probably
that
around
is
15 or 16 TBH.
12. 12 is 15.
15. So he does unfortunately make it and will give Soul a couple more boppins, only one of which hits again. And Soul is going to legendary action this time to attack back. And now that they're all kind of engaged on him, he is going to use his wing attack as his legendary action, and he begins to beat his wings in their direction. This 10-foot radius of wind begins to blow around as they try to desperately hang on for dear life and not be blown away. Klaus succeeds. Jasper fails epically, and Cesaro also fails. So that means that they take 2d6 damage each and are knocked down away from Phagolus, as Klaus, however, manages to save himself and only takes 5 damage. He's hanging on for dear life. However, Cesaro and Jasper are blown away and slam into the ground. Next up is Warrendell.
Warren will point his finger over at, what is his name? Let's see, Gasperian, right? Yeah, at Gasperian, seeing he's the one that's partly wounded, kind of motion for everybody else to attack that one, you fools. Wants everybody basically to focus on that one instead of trying to split their attacks up or anything. But with that, I'm going to start circling around, more interested in trying to find my friends rather than, I'm not worried about these assholes that are following my deeds.
So give me a perception check then to see if you can or I'm going to say that you obviously noticed the big ass dragon that flew towards the west. So do you want to go west, or do you want to see if you maybe perceived?
I was going to plan to go sort of south around this building and then around to the west.
All right. So we say that you flew at what, 80 turn? So you can dash action to 160, which will put you right there if you want to move your token somewhere
Gotcha.
in that vicinity.
And all right, in that case, yeah, I would be looking around. I don't know if I would see Livy if I.
You can make me, if you want, a perception check.
I'd be looking for basically anybody. I mean, obviously I can see the dragon, but outside of that, I'd be looking more for my friends.
Yeah, make a perception check if you wish to.
Yeah. Well, I got an 8. It didn't show up for some reason. 8 plus 3, 13, 11. 11.
Yeah, I'll say that you see Livy's body precariously hanging on the ledge of the castle wall.
All right. In that case, would dashing be my action, or would that be the wyverns?
That was the wyvern's action.
All right, so I will start. I'll basically kind of leading this thing in her direction, but I'll just drop a firebolt on my way by at least.
Okay.
Can't really do much else.
Do you want to target the 3 again?
Klaus makes the most sense since he's right there.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that even if you do it on him, you can do it in a way that, 20-foot radius.
Oh no, I was gonna do firebolt, not firebolt.
Oh, bolt. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. That works then.
And
Go ahead.
7 points of damage. Basically, just as a quick ping as I start heading towards where I can see Livy hanging, well, flailing over the edge, I suppose.
Yeah, one arm's kind of precariously hanging over the edge as the rest of her body is like just ever so close to imminent death. Next up is Sansuri, who is hidden in the initiative. And Warrendale, you will see behind Fagolis, unsuspecting to him, this almost like beam of light just shoot up, and it begins to take the form of a spectral sword of types. And
I don't know if that needs a wisdom saving throw or not.
Yeah, that's true, actually. I wonder how that would work.
That's really good. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm going to say no, it doesn't, but that's up to you to final call.
Let me just read the spell because this is actually very high level magic. And let me.
I'm freaking Octavius, man. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let me.
I'm just kidding.
I understand Mr. Ren the Undaunted, twice reborn, the remover of limbs, is a pretty powerful man, but
You just made me like I fucking welled up with pride right there. Thank you.
all right. Sanctuary is a creature. This is not a creature. So yeah.
Can you write that down though and email it to me? Because that was really good.
I will do that. Hold on a second. You ward a creature within range until blah 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 attack or spell. Yeah, so it says creature, and my understanding of this spell, which is not it's not a spiritual weapon, it's something even more powerful than that, does not fall under a creature. So
It solves the creature, basically.
Yeah. So it's going to swipe at him, and it's definitely going to hit. And behind his back, he does not see it coming, as this does a total of 22 damage as he's unsuspectedly, almost like a lightsaber, this beam of light sword cuts into his back, and he howls out in pain. He will legendary action and try to bite. I believe he can bite. No, he has to tail whip. He will tail whip the giant right in front of him. So, and say, "You're a tough one, aren't you? You just won't stay down. Let me give you some assistance." And he will bop him for sure and hit him for a total of 19 damage. Next up is more giants that begin to show up now as we're on the 6th round of combat. We've been tracking all this time. And even more are joining the fray. I'm going to eventually start clumping them together. as this is a fuckload of giants now on the field. Solon, get on there, you. All right. And they basically spend their turn just getting up. And then the other one will... This guy has some stuff he can do. Sorry. One of the giants, the Tholan that shows up, actually seems to be wearing robes and is carrying a staff. And he will hold his staff up to the sky, and storm clouds begin to well up. And he will make Phagolus make a dexterity saving throw. So, Phagolus, good luck as we do that. Phagolus definitely succeeds. So he only takes half of this damage. And that is half of 19. Next up is Reich Liviant, as Gaspian is going to engage in with the Wyverns, who are now in battle. The Wyverns are going to do an attack at the end of the round, basically, and they're going to start going back and forth. But Reich, you're now up. What are you doing?
So I am in the room with that weird Jesus freak. And he's all right. Is he a little further in the room than I, or am I the first in the room?
You're the first one.
So he says, he said that thing to me about, it could be trapped and everything. And I just look at him, and it's the first time he's seen me with the mask up, because I just took the potions.
Okay.
And I put it back down, and his eyes are just light. That's all they are. And he looks at you, and he just looks back as he's putting down the mask, and goes, "I'm a lot of things, but I'm not dumb." And he walks away, searching the room for hopefully a shell that we can even carry. You know what I mean?
All right. Do you want to give a perception, or do you want to pick an area and investigate? Perception is more of just a general scan of the room. So unless there's something that's sticking out, it's going to be pretty hard to spot. But if you want to pick an area and actually investigate it, you have a much better chance of finding things that are hidden.
Right. The investigation definitely sounds much better, because I'm not good at either of them. So,
all right.
Yeah,
you move 40 feet. So, this ruler basically gives you a kind of idea of how far you can move. You can.
I can get it. So, what is that over here in the back?
So the room doesn't really show all the furnishing. Like, obviously this looks like a pretty plain room. Her room is decked out in like fineries and like drapes and expensive shit. But that is a book shelf and a table.
All right. I would like to look for like an area that looks like a private area. Like, is there like a nightstand? You know what I mean? Like that type of thing, or like a vanity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that desk beside the bookshelf looks to be like a vanity / writing table. There's a mirror on it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what that's where his wife stores things, like that type of thing. Or used to, because she's fucking dead. But yeah, he makes a beeline over there, and I'll roll the investigation.
Wife that tried to kill you.
Well, yeah, because you guys showed up anyway. Everything was just fine until you guys showed up. Oh my god, I haven't rolled over like a 7 in 3 games.
All right, yeah, you get over there, and you're going through things, and all that you can tell is this is like the most ornate, over-the-top, expensive vanity desk you've ever seen. It's just littered in gemstones, gold traceries. The mirror itself looks like it probably is worth hundreds of gold.
But it's also massive, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So he gets frustrated with that, and just kind of, I'm assuming he had like step up on a chair. He's a big guy, but he's still, this is all massive to him.
Yeah.
So he's like standing on maybe a chair or something like that, and he turns and looks to I'm assuming this is stairs.
Yep.
He is intent on staring at those stairs to make sure nothing's coming up it.
All right, yeah, and we'll say that next turn that you get basically advantage on your check, but since it took you most of your movement, and then you would have to climb up. Literally, you'd have to climb up the chairs to even get there.
Yeah.
You're basically at your limit of what you can do. Octavius, you're now up.
But like, did you catch the end of that? He's intently watching that. You know that.
Yeah, I will definitely let you know if anyone walks up there.
Okay.
As Octavius stares at Ricklevian, half expecting and half hoping that he'll find a trap unknowingly, and then realizing that probably won't, and it's probably for the best. I'm gonna head for the stairs, and as he searches this floor, see if I can possibly just get a view of the lower floor from the top of the stairs or a few steps down.
The little girl said that
I won't be able to make it all the way there, but
you want to start looking downstairs?
I won't be able to make it all the way to the stairs yet. I only have 30 feet of movement, but I want to like head towards the stairs.
Yeah, okay. So 30 feet of movement. You can dash.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that.
All right, so if you want to dash down the stairs,
well, I'm not uncontrollable in a dash, right? Like I can still control my movement.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to like the 4th step down and see if I can see between the crack of the top of the staircase and the actual ceiling of the floor below us, and see if I can spy what's down there.
Yeah. Reading. So you see a 25-foot long wooden cabinet, a table, and another staircase. As basically, I think I can make you look at what I'm looking at. So let me try to do that. Sync my view.
Or you make him do it.
Yeah. There. So yeah, see, I just drew. This is the second level that you're now looking down on, and these stairs right here are where you basically are, and then that's this is the wooden table, and this is the big ass cabinet. You're not in the room at all. I'm just gonna say that you're at like the top of the stairs looking down.
Yeah, I'll go back up to the top of the stairs and say, "There's just 2 cabinets down there, no enemies.
All right.
Find what you're looking for."
All right, so I'll bring you back to there. And the wyverns are now up, and you see the 6 of them begin to swarm the one that you told them to, Warrendell. They all begin to lunge in, and the giant is definitely what's the word I'm looking for? He's strong and not easily overcame, and like he's batting them away when he can, but there's just literally too many of them, and they're definitely getting their licks in against the giant. And of that, actually 4 of them manage to hit, and they all do a pretty impressive amount of damage. So let's see what we get here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, as they all go in, you see them dive bombing, raking their claws against the occasional rider shoots out a bow, and arrows are landing into them as they're swarming around. You just see them like bird, like the 2 giants are trying to bat them away like birds are getting in their faces, but they're getting their blows in for sure. And then you hear an explosion from the west below, as you hear the caster that just called lightning say that they call out to the others in common, not giant, that there are more wyvern riders below. We're under attack. On guard, men. And that is up for them. Helios is now up, and he is going to engage on the wyvern riders, which puts Livy, who needs to make the patented death saving throw of the day. Natural 19 succeeds. I keep forgetting Fagolis in his legendary attacks, so he's going to do one right now. And I'm going to say he would have actually did 2, because he could have done 2. And it would have been a hit and a hit. So with that, I'm going to flavor it as 1 very powerful tail spike that he just like literally goes up into like a barrel roll ball and then just comes down and slams his tail as hard as he can onto the skull of this giant, which sends him flying actually into the wall behind him, and it actually shatters the wall, breaking in and smashing him into the next room, which reveals as the walls break away. I said it reveals, not further shrouds. Ba-bum. A massive room, but in the center of this room is a giant blue orb that just seems to be hovering above on an altar. Klaus is now up and picks himself up, and basically the three giants are going to descend upon him and begin to attack Fogolis. As they're doing that, though, Warrendell, why don't you explain to me what you do?
Seeing Livy, he'll sort of snap the reins on this wyvern and direct it directly to her. I think it'll make it in one turn.
Yes.
Or actually just outside, but how we want to do it. But yeah, he's headed right to her to try and grab a hold of her before and make sure she doesn't fall over.
You make it for sure. I'm pretty sure you have more than enough movement now. Yeah, you can make it to her.
Okay. Is she unconscious still?
Yep.
They all made wisdom saving throws, hopefully, Chris.
Thank you for reminding me, because that dramatically is going to change things. Thanks, Dan. Yes. Natural 20s, yes. And a 17. What was your DC?
15.
Yeah, so all three make. And they have bloodied Fogolis now, which means that he's at least half health.
Yeah, we need him to get home.
All right. Yeah, I will grab her. I don't have any sort of healing or anything. I don't see the others because they're thinking around in their building over there. He'll just drop the wyvern down to the ground and quickly dismount, grab a hold, and run over to Livy, making sure he's at least alive and stuff.
You can make a medicine check to stabilize her if you want.
Didn't she win her death? Or
The first one.
oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, first for free.
Well, I really suck at that. I will poke and prod you, Livy, for a 7.
Yeah, not helping whatsoever.
I don't know what to do with her. Smack her a few times, but yeah, sort of grab her and move her way back over to the wyvern, kind of lay her across the back of this thing as I get on it. Yeah, I don't have anything else I can do at the moment. So basically just going to start looking around sort of in a panic at where this Birdman barbarian is and Octavius. Yeah,
Not see them anywhere. All right.
Yeah.
Sansui is now up, and that beaming sword is going to try to cut into Fogolis, but now that he sees it, he is much more prepared for it and dodges it, to which she will actually use her action now to that's concentration, so we can't actually do anything that's concentration. So she will instead she doesn't want to lose this, so she doesn't lose it actually, so I'm good. A bolt of lightning, Warrendell, will shoot out, which you will get an idea of where it shoots from, onto Fogolis, who fails, but I believe he gets to make his save twice because he's a badass dragon.
Of course.
Double checking, or he can just choose to succeed, so he's going to do that with one of his legendary resistances, and that means he takes half of the lightning bolt damage, which is good because that's a lot. And yeah, he is getting worse and worse in shape. He's fighting a good fight, but he's fighting literally like 4 powerful cloud giants. So unbeknownst to like Livy and Warren or Octavius, it is a thing of time to actually quickly figure out what's going to happen, or Fagolis, their getaway is not going to last much longer. And that is it for Sansari, who is now over, and the rest of the giants are going to join the fray now. Arnold is going to head over and help with the wyverns. Actually, he's going to deal with the wyverns below as he actually grabs a brick off the side of the castle. I'm saying that they're not going to throw boulders, but now that it's just hitting the fan, he grabs a stone right from the tower and chucks it down towards these wyverns below that you guys cannot see. The caster giant Thulin is also going to begin to ready a spell of sorts. And that is going to... I believe this lasts for like a while, doesn't it? Yeah. So he's actually... Oh, wow. That thunder, that call lightning lasts. So he's going to keep doing that. That's powerful. All right. Another dexterity saving throw from Mr. Fagolis. He'll just choose to succeed on this one again. That's 2 of his legendary resistances gone. And he is going to call out to whoever is listening that I don't know what you guys are looking for, but I hope you find it soon, as he's getting shocked. And next up is Rycliviant.
All right. He really feels that this is the right place, so he's going to check again.
Yep. Give me that investigation check at advantage.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to do a legendary action attack for what's-his-face while he is fighting.
It's still just a fucking 11.
Yeah, an 11 is ripping you off, my dude. I'm sorry.
But it's been like... I'm rolling real dice.
Yeah, you roll real dice if you want to. I understand that. You've been getting boned by this app for quite some time.
Been like this for like 2 games.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's some bad streak of luck.
It hates me, like literally.
Octavius, now that you see Rycliviant frantically looking at the vanity and not having very much luck. What do you want to do now that you're back up here?
I'm freaking out. I'm starting. I know the immense amount of time that we're wasting. Worried about getting back to the fray, and knowing that I'm gonna have to expect Rycliviant to be able to find this. I'm just gonna dash down these stairs to the floor below.
Mm-hmm.
And can I keep going down?
You want to go down past the other level?
Yeah.
All right, you can do that.
Where's that end up bringing me?
Let me see what kind of distance you make. 30. Okay, interesting. So that brings you to... Hold on. That's not what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. So if you look at the original map, the battle map that is going on, Dan, you find yourself right here. Oh, I didn't mean to hide you. I just did the wrong thing.
I'm way over in the corner.
Hold on. I'm going to sync you to my view. You are right down here. So it basically brings you all the way back down to the level that everyone's fighting on.
So can I see the sphere?
The sphere... Which sphere? Sorry.
Am I not in the middle tower?
No, you're on the tower to the south east. And in this room itself are a wall of masks, collectibles, like the ones that you see Sansari use. The entire area is just full of them, wall to wall, that express every imagined thing of emotion that you can picture. Just an entire wall of masks.
Oh, I'm gonna do the largest crashing fucking. What is this called? Oh wait, I gotta figure out what it's called. So it at least sounds really. I don't have Shatter, so I have to use my imagination with Thunderwave.
Okay.
So I am going to a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. I'm going to basically try to do it in the middle of the room so that I lean my face back and I use Thunderwave straight out of my mouth, straight up into the cylindrical form of the room, so that it crashes off the ceiling and hopefully, when it comes down the walls, smashes all of the masks off the wall and breaks them all.
Yeah, cool. I'll show you a little bit of artwork because it came with one, so why not show you guys some artwork? And as you come to the bottom of the stairs and cast this thunder wave, it just booms out in the room and indeed does shatter like almost all of the mats in this room. As hundreds of dollars. These aren't things that are just like cheap mats. They're literally like handcrafted, very expensive. Some have gemstones, and all of them all easily worth hundreds of gold. And you just
as I'm heading to the door, and I know I'm out of movement probably, but as I'm heading to the door, I'm going to just be like, bitch.
All right, yeah. So we'll resolve that next turn. The Wyvern Riders are now up, and you see coming in from behind the caster, whole like cloud of them, and then suddenly bursting out beneath one of the feet is one Wyvern Rider, which is driving or steering particularly dangerous. It does like this barrel roll kind of spin between one of the legs and then shoots up into the sky, and then comes descending down upon the caster, clawing into his back, trying to disrupt the concentration that it has on the Call Lightning spell. As it hits him, and you see on the back of him a winged rider who also casts a spell. It's Delphine, and they're going to just plunge an attack into this caster Thulin, doing a pretty impressive amount of damage in total. Let's just see here. That's 20, and then she does 14, so 34 damage onto Thulin, which means he needs to make a Constitution saving throw, and he rolls a natural 20, so he is good. But Delphine and the reinforcements have now shown up, and I'm just going to put that on the map as one big Wyvern token. And obviously that single Wyvern isn't that big, but it just signifies that there is more of them here now. And they're all going to go into an attack, and I'm basically just going to handle that with the mob rules as the turn goes on. Livy already made a death saving throw. Is that doing it for you, Livy, or are you doing that?
It's me. I'm being on top of my game.
You are on top of your game. Good for you. 2 saves. As you are unfortunately unconscious again, I have forgotten about Fagolas's legendary actions like I have all the time. It's almost like I have like an army of tokens on the board, and he's going to do 2 quick legendary actions and hits. And I'm going to say that because he's already pretty badly beat up is enough to finish off Mr. Klaus. And then his regular turn now being up, he's going to try to charge his frickin' breath attack, which he cannot do for some god dang reason. And then he will go up against Cesaro. All right, attack, hit for a 32, hit for a 29. Oh, that's a crit on the first one, and a 30. Oh, dang. This is going to be a lot of damage. So, first attack coming in at a whopping 30 damage, and then 19 on top of that, so 49, and holy shit, 22 onto 49 is 70. 42 on the
70 a lot.
Yeah, 70 a lot for sure.
Works out to 71, man.
71. Thank you for that mental math there. That bloodies Cesaro, and he does not look like he can take another one of those rounds. And now I'm going to remember that frickin' Fagolas has a legendary action, and he's going to use it right now and try to hit again. This time it actually fails, though. As the 3 cloud giants are now up, I'm going to do them all at once and basically quickly try to make their wisdom saving throw attacks against the sanctuary. How long does this last for, Dan? Like a minute?
I think it's 30 minutes.
30 minutes? That sounds like a really long time.
Let me double check.
I got the book right here for me. Look.
Only one through, as they fail 2 of their rolls, and that's a hit and a miss. So
it's 1 minute, Chris. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I'm sure it at least lasts a minute, which doesn't matter anyways because it hasn't been a minute yet. But Fagolas has taken another attack, which he is now getting close to the critically injured status, and that puts up Warrendale. You have Livy.
All right. I will direct this wyvern out. Seeing that he has absolutely no clue really about the whole medicine and everything, he can see that she's still breathing, at least partially, and she's making her throws. So he's going to direct this wyvern to head out. I guess it would be sort of to the west of where he's at. I know it would go off the map, but out and around, kind of over top of the air. Looking over his shoulder, it's this battle going on between Fagolas, these dragons. I can still see this sword thingy that Sensory has.
Yeah, and I didn't say, but I said I was going to say that the bolt of lightning seemed to come from this area.
All right. Looks over, and I can see this bluish glow coming from where he smashed the wall with the dead giant Klaus, whatever his name was. This bluish glow. That's probably what they're looking for. Well, here goes nothing. I hope our fans hurry up, Livy. Hope they hurry up. And I will just throw a fireball into that room.
Oh, damn. Nice. Damn. I wasn't expecting that. Let me look up this thing.
That'll give me 4.
All right, this thing has to have some stats on it for sure, because if it can be destroyed, that means it can be statted. All right, so go ahead and roll your damage, because obviously an orb cannot make a dexterity saving throw.
What do we got? 66. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. There we go. 66.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a pretty good roll.
That was a really freaking good roll. Nice. All right. The thing has a damage threshold, which means that you need to overcome a certain amount of damage to even actually get any damage on it. But luckily for you, you have overcome that damage threshold and get all 29 damage on as the fireball ball explodes into the room. You see the castle momentarily kind of start to deviate one direction, shift, and shake and rumble, and then it corrects itself as the fireball begins to shrink back down. The rim now engaged on fire. You look at the crystal itself, and it does have a big crack through it. It looks like one more of those would definitely destroy it, but that is all that you have seen. It looks like you badly damaged it, but not quite enough to destroy it. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. I will save what I got left for the moment.
Okay.
So I don't know where you'd want to put me on the map. I just basically flew off to the west a little bit.
All right.
But
yeah, we'll say that you are on the edge of the map, but for now, we'll assume that you're just trying to stay out of harm's way, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. We are good with that. That's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to do either. I want to do that. All right. You'll notice actually, however, that on top over above this a central building where the navigation orb is on, like there's basically obviously a roof to this too. It's kind of a cone in shape also, but at the peak of this cone, you do notice now that you're kind of looking over in that direction that a very bad storm cloud is beginning to swell up almost just over top of the orb room itself, but the cloud is dark and bolts of lightning are occasionally shooting out of it, and it's growing darker and darker and darker as another sword attack of the ethereal sword swings into Fagolis, and this time it will definitely hit. And I believe that is going to put Fagolis near death's door as the dice didn't roll. He is probably going to need to try to get the heck out of dodge, as yes, he is quite badly injured now. He will make another legendary action and succeed, which is going to do this much damage to Cesaro. Why is my freaking dice not working? Can you please work for me? All right. And that puts up next in the initiative the giants who are engaged with the wyverns, and you see now that the caster and the other two are forced, because there's literally like 20 of these wyverns now engulfing around them. They're forced to deviate their attention from Fagolis to the wyvern riders themselves, and you see bolts of fire being shot off as wyvern riders streak by. Some of them jump off and actually land onto the shoulders of these giants and start stabbing into their bodies, as others shoot arrows into them, claw attacks and wing attacks, all as they're just engulfed in this cloud of wyverns. They try to fight back. A couple of them are knocked down, sending spiraling into the abyss of the night below to an obvious death. But Reich Liviant, you are now up.
Cool. So now I'm in the room all by myself.
All by yourself, looking for...
And yes, looking for things and stuff.
I'm going to say now that you've spent 3 turns, I don't even want to risk you failing this one. After enough time goes by, obviously you're able to discern things, and you're pretty like sure and frustrated beyond belief. Like you're thinking of fucking smashing this entire vanity down to the ground. And
that was in my brain, brother.
you punch the mirror in frustration, and it cracks. And for some reason, it just draws your attention to the mirror, and you look now, and you don't know how you see this, but the headboard in the bed across the room, there seems to be like a compartment that you now see now that you smash the mirror and take a good look into it.
Yeah, I draw my weapon and smash into the mirror. I just want that to be just incidental, you know what I mean? Like I'm not, if you can.
Yeah.
I mean, just because he's pissed.
Yeah.
You know, the mirror shatters onto the table in front of him. And he how far is that?
You can make it within 40 feet. You're gonna have to give me
I want to just leap from the bed, you know what I mean, from the table he's on, right onto the bed, and he just starts running right towards the compartment. If I have to use all my movement and everything, I'm down for that.
How does leaping work again? I believe you can do
half of your speed or something like that.
No, this has something to do with your strength modifier.
Well, I think it was an 8.
It's like 2 times your strength modifier, I think, or some shit like that. Which
how far do you want to say the bed is away from that thing?
I'm going to say that you can. That's a freaking long jump. But if you give me an athletics check, you might be able to make it.
All right. Well, you know, I mean, I'm being, you know.
Well, because either way, you're either jumping or you're climbing it. Both ways need an athletics check.
Okay.
So yeah.
I guess you know, one way is gonna look cooler than the other.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I have to look up the actual leaping rules, so I should know this.
Well, how many times does somebody really ask you to leap?
Yeah.
How many times do you have a pissed off barbarian that he can't fucking roll in this damn thing? There it is again. Fuck that. No, that's not my roll. I'm not doing that.
You also have inspiration you can spend, my friend.
That's fine. I'm rolling a real die and see what the fuck happens. It's a 15.
It's a 15. You run across the vanity and with a loud grunt, woof, begin to fly. You land on the bed and rush up to the headboard. Enough of this shit. You literally just fucking punch the headboard and shatter it. And sitting in that hidden compartment is a bunch of let me see here. I do not have the thing up that I need. But most importantly, the most important thing you see is a big ass magical conch.
Okay.
You're like, fuck yeah, that is what I'm here for. But also,
oh no, I just take everything that's inside there because I'm so pissed off.
Yeah, you see 50 gemstones also.
Are they enormous gemstones or regular sized gemstones?
They're pretty big, so you can maybe grab like 5 of them reasonably.
Okay, yeah. He grabs, a couple of really shiny ones.
Yeah.
Puts them in his pack, takes the conch. Now that thing's huge.
Yeah, it's like,
is it like the shell thing that I had
it with both arms, basically.
I'm sorry, not him, but is it like the thing that Kitty had before that was so big that she had to like carry it her back?
Yeah, this is like you have to like literally grab it with 2 hands. It's not heavy, but
yeah. So he does so. He strings his weapon onto his back and grabs this thing, and I'm assuming I'm done moving, but you know what I mean. He's gonna start making a beeline for that window.
You can actually, I think, make it. That was only 25 feet, and then
okay. So he starts making a beeline for that window and does what? See, he doesn't have any magic. He doesn't have anything. How far is it down?
Quite far.
Yeah,
like you don't want to jump.
All right. So he gets the edge and looks down, and he saw what's his face leave. So you got to be able to leave that way. So his next intention will be to start running down the stairs.
Okay. Let me see here. I'm gonna show you something also because why not?
Yeah.
Bam. This is what the conch of teleportation looks like. So yeah, it's a big ass motherfucker.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like the rune on the inside. That's cool.
Yeah. And that is a giant rune, which if you could read giant, you would know that it says cloud.
Yeah, it's a pretty piece of writing.
Yeah, exactly. Interestingly enough, that brings us to this, which is going to get so much worse for you guys before it gets better, but you're making your way. Oh God. Mm-hmm. Oh God. Octavius, you poor son of a bitch. Where is it? You did something that you shouldn't have done.
Yeah, you blew up her favorite shit.
Yeah.
So,
Octavius, you're about to get ready to hang out.
How is she supposed to know I blew that up?
You don't know really, but
no, wait. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be You used fucking Thunderwave.
Suddenly, Octavius, you feel that there's an entity in the room with you. And before you can react, you are, what's your armor class?
18.
Yeah, you are hit with a powerful, you don't even know what it is, but something just like cold clocks you right in the gut, and you take 12 damage. And you look around and you just see shattered max everywhere, and you don't know how, but you know that there's something else in this room.
I hit myself harder when I'm asleep.
What are you doing on your turn? You're up now.
I have something up my sleeve, I think.
Don't you always? You just have a sleeve of many things, I think.
Yeah, I think he does too.
I believe that I have an attribute or a feat. I do have a feat called Sentinel.
Okay, cool. That sounds.
And I believe.
No, it's a dope thing.
Really something in this tells me that I can just run past her.
All right. When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, the creature's speed becomes 0. Creatures provoke opportunity attacks from you, even if they leave with a disengage. When a creature is within 5 feet of you and makes an attack against a target other than you, you can use your reaction to hit. Doesn't have to do anything about getting away, unfortunately.
Anyway, screw it. I'll take the opportunity attack,
You can
and I will dash out of the room.
the dashing. All right. Go for it. Dash puts you at literally outside the door. If you didn't have to either push the door open or squeeze underneath the door, both of which are.
How'd she get in?
You don't even know who's in.
Oh, okay, well, fine.
All you know is that you got
how giants don't usually do very good door construction due to my childhood experiences. So I'm gonna do my best to squeeze under the door.
You can, but unfortunately, it takes basically half of your regular movement to squeeze under it.
Are you kidding?
And you used all of your movement to get to here, so you're kind of stuck there by the door. I'm apologizing for that inconvenience.
It's okay.
All right, next up, we should probably put the old wyverns into the initiative now because they're going to actually do something. As Delphine branch is off and does begin to head. She does. You see her commanding a couple of rogue special ops wyverns, and they begin to head quickly over to the orb, spotting it themselves, and they are going to release attacks into them. Most of them aren't getting over the damage threshold themselves. You see her stand up in frustration and hold her hands into the air and begin to channel a powerful bolt of lightning, which boof, releases out from her hands and shoots into it. And then a moment the orb grows this bright yellow as if it sucked up all of the lightning in itself, but then crack, it begins to spider and then shatter into a million pieces. And as it does, you hear the groan of the castle. And suddenly the castle begins to just lose its levitation and sink, almost like a ship sinking in water. It doesn't immediately plummet. It's like the magic is slowly wearing off, but it is starting to fall and crumble. Next up is the old Livy. Come on, Livy, make a natural 20 and get up. Or,
just make one. Oh, yeah, that'd be.
That's one failure, 2 successes. Fagolas is going to use this opportunity to one last time try to recharge his frickin' breath, which, oh my god, he finally does. And he is going to repulsion breath the 2 giants in front of him, who both are going to make saving throws and hopefully for his sake fail. One that does not fail, that's Cesaro, and the other does fail, and his breath of repulsion shoots out, and it literally is just pure energy that shoots in a 30-foot cone and hucks Jasper far away. It actually sends him into the floor itself, the descending garden floor that's sinking with the tower, and he slams him so hard into the garden's ground that he actually breaks through the ground itself and shatters into the rooms below and is completely vanished from sight. Cesaro badly injured. He is not going to disengage because Fagolas thinks that he can take him down with one more round of attacks, and damn, Fagolas picked a bad time to roll a 3 and a 5 because that's not going to get through. But the one attack does. So you see him, the 2 of them now both badly bloodied and injured, both on death's door. The castle now plummeting below, fire billowing, the building groaning and cracking and shattering and sinking, and the 2 of them are just standing there and engaged in each other. A powerful claw attack is blocked, another bite attack blocked and uppercutted, and then Fagolas slams another claw into his gut. Another big cough of blood comes out of Cesaro's mouth, and he is now up, and he's going to try to finish off the dragon in return because he could not finish him off. A powerful morning... Nope.
Wisdom throw.
He fails. Oh my god. It hits you down. Wing attack. Legendary action.
Yeah.
He hits. And I believe that should be it, as long as he doesn't bomb the damage. Let's see here. And I keep saying wing attack, but I mean tail attack. And yes, 19 damage. Oh, it's not enough, I don't think. Clear 140. 19 equals 160. It is not enough. Damn. He's still hanging in there. Warrendale, what are you doing?
Look at this stick in my hand. It sizzles, burnt, not looking too healthy. It has one charge left that I can sense. So I'm just going to drop that last charge and hope for the best. Right into that blue room there. Same thing.
You do realize the orb has been destroyed, right?
Oh, no, I missed that. My bad.
Yeah, no.
It is down. Okay.
Delphine and her rogue riders went in and finished it off with a bolt of lightning.
Gotcha. I did hear that. Okay. Well, in that case, I will just use a firebolt on. Oh, what is it, Crisaro? Yeah, I don't want to waste my last fireball on that. So yeah, I'll just drop a firebolt on him.
All right. That hits.
And I can just drop this right on him.
Whew, he is critically injured now. Another legendary action, I'm on top of it this time, is coming from Mr. Fagolis. He's really trying to finish him off, but rolls a natural 1. Fuck.
Can I see Octavio in the doorway there, or is he not out the doorway yet?
He's not out the door yet, unfortunately.
I still wouldn't have any clue. I would just start directing the wyvern, I guess, towards the tower there, hoping that I can find somebody. If not, at least I got maybe at the moment. So yeah, I would start heading towards where Octavius is, but I mean, I don't know he's there, so I can't really help him.
All right, you head over there. At which point, you hear a shrill scream as Sanctuary uncloaks herself from the invisibility now, and you see in her hand, both hands, this glowing, bright, humming stone that you guys instantly recognize as the Noon Stone, and in her other hand, a black as night obsidian stone. Her eyes are now glowing with this blue energy, and the storm cloud that was basically gathering now has reached a size that completely encompasses the entire overhang of this plummeting castle. And she screams out and says, "What have you filthy rodents?" And her voice is now different, less calm, more abrasive and chaotic, "have done to my fortress. Everything I've built you're trying to take away from me. You small folk shall pay. I don't care if it's ready. I will finish this ritual." To which you see Thulin and Cesaro both call out and say, "Don't do it, Sanzari. You don't understand the ritual yet. It's too dangerous. The stones are unstable." She's not even listening. "I do not care about stability. I tried to be a hierarchy. I tried to be the ruler of these small idiots. And look at them. When you let them run around, look what they do. All they do is destroy. Well, you will be the ones who are destroyed now. I will destroy you and everyone you've ever known. I will plummet your world into an eternal storm, and you will know the day you cross Sansari." And she begins to basically take the two stones and smash them together. Nothing happens momentarily, and then she smashes them again together. And the second time she does it, a huge bolt of lightning shoots across the entire sky, the likes of which you've never seen before. Everybody make me a wisdom saving throw in the area. So not Reikliviant and not Octavios. Warrendale, you are completely blinded in the moment, and all you hear is a scream. And as you can't see, but will narrate for everybody else who is looking, because let's see actually if anybody sees at all. No. Fagolis, however, does. sees that Sansari now has the 2 stones shattered in her hands, and they're now just swirling energies of light and lightning and storm and darkness. And the one stormy cloud basically begins to swallow her entire left arm, and the beam of light begins to course through her veins, lighting up her veins like pure light energy on her right arm and swirling towards her chest, which then completely engulfs her, the storm swallowing her whole, and she turns into a cloud and begins to grow and grow and grow until she becomes this massive entity, humanoid in shape, this primal energy, this primordial of storms. She howls out in anger and pain as she just cannot comprehend what is going on. This raw energy overtakes her, and that is what she has done on her turn. Next up is the giants, who are dealing with the wyverns, and on their action, they will basically try to swing and hit at the wyvern riders. And same with Tholen as the caster, obviously some kind of family member to her. You can see the similarities, says that she was not ready to take on the energy. It's too unstable. And as he says that, a bolt of lightning just shoots out and instantly disintegrates 4 of the wyverns and the giant beside him, just completely gone in an instant. He will back up and just look on in shock and horror as to what Sansari has become. That puts up the other guys who are going to fight, but Reich Liviant, you don't know what the hell is going on, but you're just getting to the window, and then the brightest flash of light you ever seen just basically stops you momentarily. You cover your eyes and then rub them, and then you look out at the door and you see the horrible visage that is primordial Sansari. What do you do?
Okay, you did watch the session last time, right?
Yes.
I mean today. Did I use my wings?
Yes, you 100% did. In the room with the kids to show off to Alistra.
Yeah. I mean, because it's not able to be marked on here, so I don't know.
You do, however, see on the back of a wyvern somehow, you have no clue how, Warrendale and Livy. And they're only about 40 feet away from you, but 30 feet also below you. And he doesn't seem to notice you yet.
Rubbing into my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what do you want to do, my friend? You got a tough choice ahead of you.
Yeah. So different. Yeah. Oh man, I can't. Oh my god, I got this fucking huge ass shell in my hands. He's gonna shout out to the 2 kids. He can see them when he gets to the window.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna shout out to 2 of them and hold it over his head. He says, "I got what we came here for. Now let's get the hell out of here. Where did the metal man, the covered in metal guy go?" And I'm going to hold my position.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm going to step back into the room just slightly.
Yeah.
And wait for them, because it's slightly safer inside this room. And if we can get all 4 of us in here, we can get the fuck out of here.
Absolutely. Next up is the unidentifiable creature that is dealing with Octavios in the room below. it is going to try to attack you twice. Rolling a natural 20 on the first hit, Mr. Wren. So take this, you punk. That wasn't a critical. So take on top of that. There.
Oh yeah. Just keep adding it until you're happy.
That was way better, but I already did the other damage onto you, so let's minus that, put you back down to where you belong. Nope, you belong there. And then instead, give you 20 more damage. Hey.
What? You happy yet?
No, because it has one more attack. This one misses, though.
The hell?
Something invisible is fighting you in this room, and that time it hit like a... you basically see a mask float up into the air, and you shattered it, and it's like a dagger, and it stabs into your leg. You yell out in pain as your leg is just badly bleeding, and then you spin around, and it tries to knock you on the ground again. This time you catch yourself. What do you do?
I'm going to calm emotions. No, I'm just kidding. I think this might work. I'm gonna call up a spirit guardian. I'm gonna realize that I need a little bit of help in this room, and not knowing what's going on with my friends, I'm just gonna start chanting as I'm holding up my holy symbol. And I'm gonna call forth spirits to protect me. So they're gonna flit around me for a distance of 15 feet.
Yep.
And they're gonna protect me because they're awesome.
Yep. Wisdom saving throw, I believe the thing needs to make, which it fails.
Yep. On a failed save, creature takes 3d8 radiant damage.
All right. Read the spell also when off turn and see if it does anything else, because I think it does like a few things. But
You have to add that damage for me, please.
yep, I will do 22 damage onto it. Done.
And the creature's speed is halved in the area.
Perfect. That'll help you. And then anything else you're doing on your turn besides that action? Are you going to try to climb underneath?
No, I'm going to shit. I am actually going to raise my hammer and prepare myself. If anything comes at me, I have the possibility to defend myself. I'm going to take it.
All right. Next up is Livy, because the other giants are looking at Sansuri, who is now just shooting bolts of energy, and Livy is very close to dying now at 2 fails and 2 successes. And another one is just literally basically taken out as another bolt of energy shoots out yet. She doesn't really seem to have any grasp of mind or consciousness anymore. She's just a big primal cloud of hate. And her hate is just shooting off in bolts of lightning every which way. Livy has unfortunately failed. Fagolas, at the start of his turn, needs to make a dexterity saving throw or be overcome by the hate bolt that is Sansuri. He fails and is going to use his last legendary resistance to succeed, but he still takes a bit of damage. So let's see how much damage he takes. Half of that puts him, he's in trouble. You guys need to get the fuck out. But seeing this, he is going to fly over to the fucking castle. And where's his measuring tape? 50 feet. He is going to basically... What is he going to do? Is he going to finish off Chizuru? He would look to him and say, "Sir, it has been more than an excellent spar against you, and I'm sad to see who will not overcome this. But I must be on my way now. It seems like your wife or lover is in a rather foul mood. Good luck with that." And he kind of gives him like a head nod. And doesn't disengage because he wants to make it to the top of the window where he does with his dragon perception spot you, right, Liviant. He's going to risk an opportunity attack, which needs to be made by a wisdom saving throw. He's counting on Dan's Sanctuary. And the guy rolled a natural 9. So plus his mod, he rolled a 14. What was the save again?
15.
Hey, you're good. He makes it.
Yeah.
All right.
Killer spell for level 1.
Yeah, no kidding. Warrendale, make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
This is bonkers.
16.
16 is enough to take half damage.
That probably won't matter in this case.
Yeah, you're in trouble. Oh, wait, no, you're really fucking far away. Or wait, you're not that far away. Sorry, you came back in close. Yeah, you're in trouble, my friend. You're going down, I think. You take half of 20.
10. I got 1 left.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Again, Sansary is just literally shooting out raw bolts of energy now. You narrowly drive the wyvern away and just are fried, but still hanging on to consciousness. You know that if you go down, Livy's doomed. What are you doing?
Still blinded, right?
Make a wisdom saving throw. I'll say that you can maybe check it out.
Basically, yeah, because that's not my forte.
Yeah.
A 9 again.
Yeah, you're still blinded.
All right. He rubs at his eyes. He can hear Fagolas coming up beside him. He's beating of his wings. The crashes of the lightning. He'll just grab a hold of Livy, trying to wake her up. I'll just give 1 more wisdom check because it's the only thing he can do. Or medicine. Let's see. No. Yeah, you can. I guess from where you're at, Livian or something, you can look down. You can see him like shaking Livy on the back of this wyvern, trying to wake her up, calling out to her and stuff. Not really getting anywhere. His eyes are just sealed shut. This sort of bluish light emanating from him, but it seems like he can't really see what he's doing or what's going on the back of this red wyvern. What I hear. Well, it wouldn't matter anyway. Yeah, that's good, Chris.
That's good?
Yeah.
All right. You don't want to tell
you
them where you can't really see, but you can. I guess you can't even really. Like, you're not that proficient in wyvern riding, so yeah.
Yeah.
But you would have heard right, yelling at you to come this way.
Yeah, you definitely would have heard, but you're pretty disoriented, so you got to shake off that shit. Sansary is now up, and she, on her turn, begins to grow even more as her cloud form is just basically she's expanding, and every time she does, she howls out in pain and agony, and that's not what I want to do. It's definitely not what she was trying to do. And what she is going to do is basically in a cone, she's going to attack one of the 4 directions, and anything caught in that cone is going to be fucked up by her shit. So let me try to make a proper size cone. That looks like it'd roughly be enough to encompass an entire 4 corners. And then I'm going to roll a d4. And you guys are really looking for not a 2 because that was yours. And she rolled a 3. So 1 being here, 2 being down southeast, and then hers goes southwest. And she just literally takes her entire cloudy fist and just slams it into the side of the castle, breaking an entire portion of the tower away. It just turns into crumbling stone. Cesaro, her endearing lover, is just fried in an instant. Done, because he was on death's door. And you guys don't have to worry about making the saves. Wyvern Riders, on the other hand, are in trouble as Delphine needs to make a wisdom saving, or not, a dexterity saving throw. And she actually fails. Oh, fuck. You're going to get out of that contract, perhaps. Let me see what's going on for Delphine here.
Can't be good.
No, that's not good at all. All right. She falls unconscious. Her wyvern does not, though. That's a lot of damage. You guys don't want to get hit by that. Next up is another giant who must make a dexterity saving throw. He does and takes half as much damage. So he is badly injured, but realizing how just chaotic Sansory is just getting the fuck out of the way. There's just nothing that can be done anymore in this immediate area. Thulin is going to call out to his sister, "My sister, contain yourself or it'll swallow you whole. You cannot contain this much energy. Focus on my voice." And then a hate bolt comes shooting towards him. Saving throw. He fails and gets fried pretty good, but not insta-killed. And this, as she's grown to a larger size, meta-wise, it seems like the bolt of energy has gotten even more powerful. So basically, every time she grows, she's doing more damage.
Mm-hmm.
And even though he succeeded, he's still fucked up pretty hard by that. Next up is Liviant. You are waiting. Oh, wait, no. Fagolas, shut up. He's like moments away. You still probably need to run out and jump if you want to, but you hear him and see him flapping towards you in the distance. You got this big shell in your hand.
Yeah. All right. How far away is the dragon?
From you, probably about like 20 feet, but he is heading towards you. So like right now it's a risky jump, but you should be able to make it if you don't bonch. If you wait another full turn, he'll definitely show up and it'll be very safe. But that's risking another whole Sansory round.
Sansory round, yeah. And that's exactly what I don't want to do. A second thing is, do we know how to use this goddamn thing?
Nope.
Yeah. So it's not like I can jump on there. Hopefully it's a big enough window to be able to take me and at least 3 of my friends. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, basically you would need an identify spell or to spend some time with it or somebody that knows how to use it.
Yeah, and there's not anybody that has that right now. Being on the back of that dragon is almost better though. Oh yeah, he kind of has that moment when I've watched the movie a million times when like in Avatar when Jake Sully jumps down and jumps off that thing for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of straps things up, grabs onto that conch, backs up a few steps, and fucking bolts it.
All right, athletics check. Roll your own dice so you don't blame me.
No, I know. That's a 15 plus 8, so that's 23, sure.
Yeah, so there's a moment where you just grab the shell and kind of like put it on your back or whatever, or however you're doing it. Yeah. And then you just take one more deep breath and begin to run. You just heavy footfalls, and then you just jump out into the air, the storming night. And as you do, a bolt of lightning just kind of shoots out in the distance, completely illuminating the sky as there's this moment of like silence as you just kind of slow motion going through the air towards the dragon, and then boof, you kind of land onto the back of his back, grabbing on, skidding. The shell almost falls out of your hand, but you grab just barely onto the side of it, holding it momentarily, one hand hanging on to Fagolas, the other hanging onto the shell as the huge explosion of thunder follows behind the bolt of lightning that is Sansuri's essence, and just completely breaks that moment of slow motion silence and snaps you back to reality as you pull the shell in closer and now are onto the back of Fagolis.
And during the jump, he's almost impressed by this. You know what I mean? Like, this is the thing that was never supposed to happen, of something that he's guarded forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost beautiful to him for a few moments.
Absolutely.
It really is. You know what I mean? It's like, and but then he gets his wits, back to him, and he just talks out loud because I'm a fucking dragon. I've never dealt with one before. We gotta find the guy that wears all that metal.
Fagolis, even though he's like badly bleeding, entire like sections of his scales removed and like flesh exposing, he kind of chuckles to himself and says, "Finding someone made of metal right now seems like a particularly bad idea." And he just kind of laughs to himself as a bolt of lightning shoots by both of you and almost like kills you in the instant, but you just narrowly dodge it.
Then he goes, "Then I guess we're out."
And
he's making that decision that if the Fagolis is ready to go, I mean, Saul's ready to go, or he's ready to go.
Just because I said it was a bad idea doesn't mean it's not going to be a good one. And then Octavius, the battle of the invisible creature continues as he lunges forth. Wisdom saving throw against the spiritual guardians as a 17, so I think you do half as much damage.
Yep.
And it rolls a 17 to hit you. Go ahead and roll your damage, and a natural 1 to hit you. So both attacks miss. What is your damage on the spiritual guardians?
Let me figure that out really quick. Sorry.
I think it's a 3d8.
It is 3d8 necrotic damage. There we go.
All right. I think for you it'd probably be radiant, or do you think you do necrotic? Necrotic's usually the evil.
I think radiant would be the best for me.
Yeah.
Ooh, not as good.
All right. And sorry, was 17 a success or a fail?
17 is a success, so he took half damage.
All right. You don't have any clue how injured this thing is or what the hell is going on, but you do see that your spiritual guardians, actually, interestingly enough, I'm going to say that as they're swirling around the room, you see each time they go by that they are focusing on an area, and it does seem like they're swinging, like each time woof, they slam into something, and you still can't see it, but you know exactly where it is now just by the proximity of your guardians spinning around and occasionally engaging on it.
Is there anywhere near the door?
It is just a few feet away from you, 10 feet away, not blocking you in the door though. You're up now.
Yeah, I can definitely, if I can find that this thing seems to be engaged or at least preoccupied with my spirit guardian, I will make a break for trying to squeeze underneath the door.
You will squeeze underneath the door, to which you see Sansuri in her current state.
Will I see all of my friends when I get up?
We can make a perception check since you haven't really done anything else.
I'd like to do that.
They're quite above you now, as you guys have, even though like your characters obviously wouldn't know what they're doing, you incidentally pick the most inconvenient way to reconvene. Everyone's just everywhere. Yeah, you spot them above you. You hear Fagolis's actual chuckle and a bolt of lightning shoot by him as he says, "Oh, Metal Man, where are you?"
Are Warren and Livy close to Fagolis?
They're about where you see them on the map, which I can share to you if you don't have it in front of you, because there's all a bunch of.
I got it.
Yeah, I think we're still like 40 feet away or so, probably.
You're on the other side of the door now.
So they're about 25 feet away from each other. Well, how distant do you think they are in height?
So he is 3 stories above you, but these are 3 giant stories, which are. So he's probably at least 60 feet above you, Fagolis, and they are probably about 30 feet above you.
All right, so I'm going to cast Mass. Where is Rick living? He's on Fagolis, right?
Yeah, he's on the back of Fagolis.
All right, so I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds. And I'm going to cast it at a 50-foot height from me in between Warren and Fagolis. And then from there, it'll shoot in a 30-foot radius, hopefully encapsulating both of them for a total of
Hold on.
3d8 plus my spellcasting ability.
Not to feck yes shit, but let me just read this. Mass Cure Wounds
Yep.
is a wave of healing that washes out from the point of your choice. Okay, yeah, you're right. Sorry, my bad. 30 feet radius. I was misreading it. Yeah.
So in total, I can get up to 90 feet with this thing.
No, so you can. Oh, it increases at higher levels.
I have a 60-foot range of it, and then from that point of that range, it goes for a 30-foot radius.
Yeah, so here's the 30-foot radius. So yeah, you could easily get them both. Is the moral.
All right, yeah, I just want to make sure I get them all.
Yep, you do.
So I'm gonna go with 3d8. You guys all assume that plus 4.
Okay, 21 points of healing on to everybody. Can everyone just go and do that themselves, please? Since there's a bunch
But that would also go to Fagolis as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got you.
Well, just hey, a little bit might fucking help.
Hey, Livy, you get to play again.
She
so
takes
bad.
a gasp of air.
I'll be like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Can you blow on that conch? Or Fagolis, how's that thing work? So, how's that thing work?
I would be just swatting at you like crazy.
Yeah, I'm like,
Wake up, you Lizzie.
she's waking up to like being slapped and like shook, and so it's like, ow, I'm where are we? I'm awake.
All right.
Convenient that you were right outside the door.
Yeah, next up is good turn. Good turn, Octavius.
That was dope.
Livy, you're back to the land of living.
Part of me really just wants to roll a d20 just to see what would happen. Oh, she died! Oh, thank you, Octavius. Anyways,
I would have been able to bring you back. Don't worry.
awesome. So yeah, Livy just like stop shaking me, and will attempt to reposition herself, look around, taking things like what's going on, and probably sees big giantess doing her thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy, what happened?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm forgetting something important. You're on the outside. Oh god, I'm gonna feel so bad if this happens. But you need to make a dexterity saving throw at the start of your turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Livy, you totally got this. You're natural. Thank you.
You got it. Thank God.
She just actually like it's not even like purposeful. I'm assuming she's dodging.
Yeah. Here's the bad thing though: is you still need to take half damage.
Dang.
So please don't go unconscious.
But the death saving throw start all over again. So
Yeah. You take a total of 11 damage.
Okay. I'm okay. I'm still standing. I got 10 health points left.
Yep.
Wow.
I just feel like she goes to stand up and just dizzy and whatever, and just falls back over, but gets a little bit of whatever's going on. And I think she's going to hold an action. Do I have to specify what the action is? Because dang, because it's like, yeah, I guess she'll just be holding up Maiden's Guard, getting ready to shoot and point at whatever he's got. Starts getting too close to her.
All right.
Yeah, I just envision that she's kind of getting her bearings, and so.
Okay. If anything comes close, you can fire attack for sure. All right. Another bolt of energy shoots from Sansari as Fagolis is now up, and he's going to try to make a wisdom's or dexterity saving throw. Natural 20 succeeds, and he takes a total of
0.
Not 0, 15 damage. Yeah, he's in a shape right now. That puts him at that. Still fighting for his life though, as he says, "Oh, look, there's Octavius. Octavius, we should probably get out of here."
Freaking right, Saul.
And he's going to fly down powerfully and slam into the ground. The grass kind of breaking beneath his feet. and he says, "Anyone interested in a ride?" As he lets down his one wing for you.
Well, it's good to see you, my friend.
Oh, good to see you too. I'm glad you made it. It seems like it's getting a bit stormy out here. Chance for rain. He picks you up, and that's it for his turn.
I don't. I'm not, it's not my turn right now, right? So I can't do anything.
Nope.
Like no, yeah, never mind. I have to check this out.
Yeah,
it's Warren's turn.
Warren, you're up next, and it looks like Sansary's getting ready to grow, and she's pulling her arm back to do another one of her Sansary slams. What are you doing?
Well, am I still blinded?
Yeah, you probably want to make your wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Otherwise, maybe Livy can take control of the reins. Who knows?
18.
You did it. You rub your eyes finally. It's actually Livy who's like, you're shaking her to wake up, and she's like starts slapping you like, I'm awake. And then you get one good slap, and then you can see again.
All right. Do I need to make that deck save too?
Yeah, you do. Thank you for reminding me.
Unfortunately. What kind of damage is it?
It is actually lightning damage.
Okay, I have lightning resistance too.
Oh, nice. So you probably any chance you remember what you took last turn?
10.
10?
Or no, 11.
Yeah, 11. So give yourself 5 HP back. Because you're gonna need it right now because you failed. Do you want to spend your inspiration that you have?
Yeah, I will. 1 second. Let's see. 27. Whoops. 27. Well, my keyboard doesn't work. I think you gave me your keyboarditis.
Oh no.
I'll fix it. I got 27 at the moment. Let me re-roll that though real quick. Same exact thing. All right.
Yeah, you're in trouble. You're at 27 health?
Yeah.
All right. You take a total of 31 damage.
27, 37, 47, 57. That'll knock me out.
You have resistance.
Oh, yeah, you have resistance.
No, so half that, whatever that is. What was it?
15.
27, 37, 42.
Woo!
My keyboard still won't work if you want to change that for me. I don't know what's up with it at the moment. But anyway.
42. You're still hanging on.
All right. Look around. Can I see Delphine? Is she still on her wyvern?
Yeah, she is barely hanging on, but she's on it for sure.
Are these things
wyvern doesn't really look like it knows what it's doing though.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be getting the hell out of here. Tell Livy to hang on and just make this thing drop over the side and get the hell out of there as fast as possible.
Yeah, you can get the hell out of Dodge for sure. You move pretty quickly when you want to. All right, Sansary is now up though, and she grows again. This time, her voice is just like booming out and bassy, and every time she talks, it's as if like a cloud or a boom of thunder is rupturing out. Everyone in the vicinity, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, why did we lose this one?
This is just something from her reaching this size of Yeah, it is barred. No, Warrendale, you're good. Livy, you're good. You're far enough away.
Oh.
Maybe you're not actually. No, you're not. Give me that advantage though. You guys who are farther away. And Octavios, you are good.
I got 18.
You got 18. You're good. So half as much thunder damage as her.
Wait a minute. I think I have a thing to that.
Damn.
I get that there, but this one I give it
15. That puts him at that. Fagolas fails as his ears begin to pop and whatnot.
It's thunder damage.
Yeah, thunder damage. Yeah.
How much?
15. Everyone succeeded, so half as much. 7.
7.
Yeah.
On us too?
Because
nope, you guys are good. Yeah.
Sorry,
half as much.
I'm resistant to lightning, which might be important here in a minute.
Yeah, lightning.
I also have half thunder, so.
All right, so yeah, 7 onto you too, Livy.
Eek.
And now she is going to make one of her attacks. And I'm pretty sure if she rolls a 2 on the D4, you guys might be doomed. She rolled a 1. So the cloud giant Gasperian, who is just kind of like sitting at the edge, like wondering if he should stay or go, peeks up one last time, and Saint-Cherie just double hand power slams into the side of the tower, and this time completely shatters the rest of the tower, breaking it into 2 halves now, and the tower just at this point loses all magical aura on it and just begins to plummet rapidly as a massive non-floating tower should. It descends down. Gasperian is turned into dust. He's now Dustperian. And that puts up there's probably no other living giants. He's gone. Tholen, Tholen's still kicking around.
That's her husband, right?
No, that's her brother.
Her brother.
He is going to what is he going to do? He knows that he can't really save her, so he will fly away. Yeah, he's going to start flying away. And that puts next up on the list, Gasperian, you're super fucking dead. That puts Regliviant on the back of Phagolus. What are you doing? Anything in particular?
I look to Octavius and I hand him. How does Octavius look? Does he look well?
Yeah, he looks quite well.
As does Reich looks wellish. Well, very well. I'm only done 9. So he goes. We better hold on, but if there's anything you can do to save us with all the magic that you do, please, my friend. And it's the first time he's ever said that to anybody in this group. And there's nothing physical that's going to come to him, you know what I mean? But if he would hold a physical attack.
Okay.
If he can, but there's no really reason to do that, and he's just got to wait for Ghost to fly away.
A couple of wyverns that are remaining quickly fly towards Delphine and rein up her wyvern and then bolt it in this direction. You don't know if they're going to make it out in time, but they're getting away as quickly as they can. That puts up Octavio. So you doing anything in particular? As you see in the distance from you, Livy and Warrendale hanging on for dear life.
As their wyvern goes over the edge.
Yeah, they went over the edge. So sorry, Livy is actually not where they're at. They are
off the map, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna use
They're off the map over here, probably even further away, to be honest.
I'm not. I know that we've been playing this for a long time now. I'm still not sure how this exactly works. Since I can use my preserve life ability as an action, does that mean that it's a spell or just an action? Like, can I use that and a spell?
Preserve life. Remind me what preserve life is.
It's an ability. It's a channel divinity for my characters.
All right, here. It's an action.
It's an action, so you just be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be able to, even what about a bonus spell? Would I be able to use a bonus spell?
Yep. You can use a bonus action, yeah.
Okay, so it's not like casting 2 spells then? I'm good like that way?
I would, since you're high enough level anyways, I would let you cast wait, is this even a spell?
It's not a spell. A channel divinity is a separate thing. It's not.
Yeah, you can cast any spell you want as a bonus action, or any bonus action spell you want.
Alright, yeah, so I'm going to use my channel divinity and I'm going to infuse Phagolus with another 45 points of healing.
Damn.
Nice.
That is a juicy heal. I was thinking that I was going to get to kill him, but That's pretty.
And I believe I'm going to be shit.
You're tracking your spells too, eh? Like all the spells you cast. I know you casted a 5th level something, and
Yeah, I only have one 5th level casting, so
okay.
I think that's all I'm actually gonna do. I'm gonna be like, hey, let's get out of here, man.
All right. No other spell, no bonus action.
I was going to, but I think that Rick Livians doesn't need much healing, so
It's fine.
I think I'm okay.
It looks very fun.
Yeah.
All right, Livy and Livy, what are you doing?
Right now, looking for my token.
You are down to the southest you can be.
You're flying away from where we are on the back of a wyvern with
Okay.
Wanda.
You are right here.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I just. Go down far
Yeah, I
enough.
just directed the wyvern to get out of theirs also.
And you're actually even further than that. Like, come Warrendel's turn, you'll be pretty far away from Sensory.
Righty's in action. If anything tries to come at them threateningly, she's shooting because everything is out of range for her.
All right, Fagolis is going to kick it into warp drive and fly his 160 feet the heck out of here. As next up is Warrendell, who I'm assuming does the same thing.
Yeah, but being that I'm kind of like not on my mount really per se, if I can see where the other wyverns are going or stuff like that, I feel rather obligated to follow.
Yeah, they are actually descending downwards, trying to get the fuck away from Sansui as quick as they can.
All right, so yeah, I'd just be kind of headed in their direction towards the ground.
Okay,
Get out there as well.
Yep. Next up is Sansui, who I forgot to make a good. You know, you're out of range, anyways. Fagolis would have had to make a dexterity saving throw, though. I almost forgot that. So let's make him do that. He fucking passes, so he takes a total of that's getting a little more powerful. Half of 37 is bad at math. What the fuck is half of 37? My brain's not working now that it's 17. Thank you. All right, so that puts him at that. And Sansui begins to grow again, and she tries to yell out. Basically, her voice booming so loud that you can't even really hear what she's saying. It's just too much noise, but it's something along the lines of, I was supposed to be the next ruler of giants. Anam, what did I do wrong? And then the last thing she tries to cry out is, what did she do wrong? And then just boof, explodes into pure, just cannot contain her form. She explodes and causes like a nuclear explosion from behind her, which completely disintegrates the falling castle and everything around. And you just see this moment of like, she sucks inwards into like this black hole momentarily, and then the night sky, even the moon, is darkened as just everything becomes dark, and then this enormous flash like a nuke has just went off explodes, and there's no sound at first, and then the shock wave starts to come behind it as it's the loudest thing you've ever heard. And everybody make me one last dexterity saving throw to hang on for dear life, even being hundreds of feet away. Yo, you guys roll nice and high on that.
What is it? Dexterity?
Yep.
13 plus something. Dexterity saving throw is 14.
14. So Reich and Fagolis have failed. And that is 4, 10. All right here.
What kind of damage is this?
Thunder.
Why can it be lightning?
Would it actually? No, it wouldn't be lightning. Sorry. 45 damage if you failed.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm totally fine.
Half as much as we succeeded. So I think you guys are pretty fucked anyways.
Livy just passes out.
Again.
All right. 45 damage onto Fagolis. You see him just turn into a tailspin, and he looks to you, Octavius, and he says, "I'm sorry, my friend. I tried my best to help you out, but it seems like this is going to be a bumpy ride." And then he just passes unconsciousness, and you guys are in a free fall into the darkness now.
I thought I just gave him 45 points of life.
Yeah, you did, but he also took
Okay.
He took a little.
he took sorry, let me go back. I can actually check this backwards.
No. You took it from the dexterity thing.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry, the lightning.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he's or let me just make sure. I didn't do the math, but hold on.
I mean, again, I don't know if I did this or not. And it will be my turn here. Okay, coming up.
I miscalculated. He has 3 HP left.
Are you sure?
Yep.
It's okay if he doesn't, man.
No, you're right. I just assumed because I looked at the numbers and I'm like, he's definitely over, but I just did the actual math and he has 3 health left.
I would have kept fucking bringing him back. You know it.
Yeah.
What was the total damage?
45 and then half if you failed. So 22 if you've succeeded. And if you're immune or resistant to thunder damage, then half of 22.
So 11. Gotcha.
Are you guys still conscious over there? I know Livy's out. What about you?
I a 42, 50. Yes, I am. I'm
You're
still
up.
up. Yes.
Oh, you're
I got 53, but I can't type it in.
53.
Oops, here it is. I got it. Oh, maybe not.
Spicy. Yeah, I got you. I got it. Oh, you got it in after I got it. All right. So yeah. Surprisingly, I thought for sure that I was gonna knock you guys out there, but
now it's my turn, right? In theory.
Yep.
Okay. Did I use healing hands last time?
Not that I remember. So I'm gonna say no.
So I can heal him for 9 hit points.
That's Fagolis.
Yeah, I just hold on to. I'm holding on to Fagolis along with the shell somehow, and I touch him, and all of the radiant energy from inside of his body that is Livian comes through his hands, and he shoots just a little bit of healing. It's only 9.
Hopefully that would help Golis regain his flight trajectory, and we should be hopefully a little safer.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, he thought he was gonna pass out, but he holds it together.
And it like defibrillates him, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's just like, "Oh, never mind. I'm good. I still got this." And he starts to flap his wings, and he's good.
Just fly as fast as you can.
Yeah. And you fly into the night, quickly descending downwards as you see the shockwave just kind of plume out and basically blow away clouds. You look behind you and you just see burning rubble, like a meteor shower, beginning to fall into the night as Lin Amal has been destroyed. Sansari, combining the 2 stones without the proper ritual and ways to do so, has exploded herself, and the conch of teleportation, the way to Maelstrom, what this has all been leading up to, has now been secured by the party. I think that's as good as time as any to shut her down.
Thank you, Ilmater.
We finally got a game in after what feels like 2 months at least, and hopefully that's a good way to end it, and we'll pick it up sooner hopefully than later. Yeah. Thanks for playing, guys. Thanks for hanging out, and that was one hell of a ride. So until next time, peace.
Have a good one.
Bye.